Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you guys. There's sirens outside.
Retard.
What's going on? A little bit of excitement. All right. Ryan, good to see you. Heads up display, good to see you. We're here. We made it. It's Friday. The fuzz. I want to see what it is. Oh, it's an ambulance. There's an old folks home down the road, so it's probably something to do with that. We made it. It's good to see all you guys. For those of you guys that came out on Friday or Wednesday, I hope you found this. I hope you found the stream useful. That stream is now up on the YouTube, so you can also watch it here on Twitch. We set up. If anybody else wants to see it too, you can go watch it as well. We set up X-Plane 11 in its entirety. Basically got us to the point where we're at today. I made a few minor adjustments, a few little tweaks today, because if you recall, my joystick or my throttle at some point had gotten unbounded. So I went back and rebound all the keys there. And I turned off the FPS monitor, and I enabled data going out to ForeFlight and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. We're here. We're ready to go. Ernie the Cat's here. So is Simbones. Kayak King Max is here. So is KN Lamb. Good to see you guys. Jay Morissette, welcome aboard. Kaz 58, welcome aboard. Bama Ball 22, welcome aboard. MPK Flies in the house. Heads Up Display in the house. Good to see all you guys. PEPG, good to see you, Peter. Happy Friday, my friend. Crazy Chris X1. Think we got through them all right. Guy in a plane's in the house. And then, Mealy Titan. Mealy Titan says, good day to you, sir. Hope this week's been treating you well. The flight doesn't give you as much trouble as the X-Plane 11 set up the other night. Honestly, it went pretty well, I thought. Mealy Titan, thank you very much for your support, sir. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. And then we have a Pieco 2. Pieco 2, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Cheers, my friend, and thank you very much for your support. It's good to see you guys. Ray River, welcome aboard. Flight Logic's in the house. Good to see you, Tyler. Efrain Davila, welcome aboard. His mottos, Padley, good to see you guys. Ivan, welcome aboard. Hope you got them all. Vasco Points here from Portugal. All right. So, Sisfails is here. Hey, Sisfails, I haven't seen you for a while, man. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we're here. We're going to fly the Aerobask. Aerobask Epic, or not Epic, Aerobask Eclipse 550. I kind of like this paint job. I really do. We're in X-Plane 11. This is the first time we're properly in X-Plane 11, so let's cross our fingers and hope nothing goes bad. So the flight plan tonight is going to be Palm Springs, taking off out of Palm Springs here. We're going to head our way up, make our way up to Salt Lake City, and we're going to see the marvelous Salt Lake City scenery. Did it crash already? All I'm doing is looking around. Well, that's a bad sign. What the hell happened? All I did was pan around. Something's loading in. Oh, there it goes. Who the hell knows what that was? Good start to the night, though. We're going to be checking out the brand new Salt Lake City scenery made by Mr. X. Now he's referred to as... What the hell is he calling himself now? Mr. X has given himself a new name for his payware. Somebody will tell me what that name is. I do not remember it off the top of my head. But we're going to check that scenery out, and then we're going to make our way up to Aspen.
Retard.
This relationship is still serious. Paco Bort. Thank you very much for 3 months, sir. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate the support. Short Final Designs, that's the one. Mr. X is now called Short Final Designs. So anyway, pop inside this thing. Let's go flying. What do you say? This plane came out last week. Came out this week, and I've been beta testing it for a while. We flew this a couple of weeks ago on stream, and I absolutely adore this. You guys are just gonna have to deal with me kind of gushing over this for the evening. I really like this plane. So, yeah, and I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited to let it stretch its legs a little bit. This first flight here is gonna be like an hour and a half at least. So it'll give us a chance to kind of get up there and really, I don't know, see how it is in the cruise, I guess. See how it is on a longer trip, and hope that my sim doesn't crap itself. Oh, it must have been, maybe it was loading in the Viper jet over there. Somebody loaded in with a Viper jet, and apparently I have a CSL for it. Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, that actually is somebody in the Viper jet. Okay, so anyway, let's get this thing, let's get it loaded up, and we'll get it turned on, and we'll get out of here. So I'm going to start with the weight menu. We'll add, I don't know, that looks good. 3 passengers, a little bit of luggage, and a whole bunch of gas. We don't need to fill the tanks up. but we'll say 75% should be good. I'm hoping this lets us get up to 35,000 feet, but I'm not entirely sure that it will. Punch that away right there. Actually, we'll pull that up one more time. Go to the ground page, close the doors, get rid of the chocks. Oh, turn the sound up too. There was no sound. Maybe we missed it. Please don't tell me the sound's all buggered up. Guess we'll find out in a second. Oh no, it works. Yeah, we'll turn all the powers, turn all the batteries, turn the gens on, bring the avionics alive. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kick the engines straight on. I mean, we're burning fake jet fuel. Somebody else gets to pay for it, so we can turn the engines on while we do all of our pre-flight stuff. I do want to increase the brightness here. Okay, that's as bright as she gets. I can deal with that, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn the engines on. First of all, make sure the parking brake is engaged. Throttle's all the way back. Flaps are up. Gear is up and indicated up. Or gear is down, I should say, and indicated down. And we will turn on the beacon, nav lights. We'll leave everything else off, and we'll go ahead and turn engine number 2 on. Oops. 2 once we get there. There we go. These guys come on pretty quick. I have no idea if that's correct or not, but they do come on pretty quick. See if somebody's working. Hey, somebody works too. Okay. Got that. And we'll crank on number 1. A little symmetry here. I am on PilotEdge tonight. Yes, sir. I let go of the parking brake. Oh, I must have tapped the brakes. Thanks for noticing. And we got 2 good engines. Alright, let's come on down here, go to the autopilot on the bottom, and we're going to tune into clearance delivery, 128.35. Get my pen and pencil ready to go. My pen and paper, I should say. Pen and pencil and no paper wouldn't really do you a lot of good, would it? No. Number 717 Tango Sierra, we're going to be Palm Springs up to Salt Lake City. Craft, and we will then tune into clearance 2835. 3-5, transfer that in. Let's see if we hear anybody. I'm assuming we're going to. Oh, you know what? Let's see if PilotEdge is configured to use. Yeah, it should be okay. We'll find out here in a second. Palm Springs clearance, Eclipse Jet 717 Tango Sierra IFR Salt Lake City.
American 717 Tango Sierra Palm Springs clearance. Good evening. Clear to Salt Lake City Airport. Cathedral 1 departure. Palm Springs VOR. Minutes filed. Maintain 7,000. Expect level 350. Wind airings after departure. Departure frequency 126.7. Squawk 2660.
Clear to Salt Lake City Airport. Cathedral 1 departure. Palm Springs as filed. 7,000 on departure. 350 within 10. Departure 126.7. Squawk 2660. Clip 717 Tango Sierra.
Clip 7 Tango Sierra, read back correct.
Our lovely controller today is Mr. PEPG over in chat.
November 2211.
Okay, so we'll turn them off. Would you say this plane has totally eclipsed your heart? Aw, Scottsdale Thug. I think it kind of has. Joe Nurse, is good to see you, man. 777 Pilot, welcome aboard. Legacy, welcome aboard. I know I've missed some of the people. William, I said hello to. J Snap, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, Justin. Candyman the Pilot, I'm having a great Friday. Great. Okay, so we're cleared as filed, easy enough. You can do all your flight planning on the GTN. I prefer to do all my flight planning on the Dynon, just a matter of personal preference. I will say we need to do a couple things here. Setup, nope. I want to go to the map and not info, map menu, items. We're going to turn off fixes. I just want airport VOR, DME, and NDVs. We will turn on the weather. And we're good there. Okay, so let's punch this in. So we're leaving off KPSP. We're going to brief this departure too in a second. No. It's not actually what I wanted. Flight plan. Insert waypoint. There we go. KPSP, insert departure. We're probably going to be taking off. Oh, geez. We're almost certainly taking off with 3-1 left. Cathedral 1 to Palm Springs. So that's got that in there. We're going to fly that by hand, though, because this FMC does not depict that one properly. I wouldn't expect it to. After Palm Springs, we are going to take a look at the iPad and go to Victor 370. So insert airway. Victor 370. And we're taking that all the way to 29 Palms. Literally could have just filed the 29 Palms departure and probably been okay. After that, we're going to go direct. Nope, not insert airway. Insert waypoint. We're going to go to Jotnu. After Jotnu is going to be Zelma. After Zelma is going to be Hackman. After Hackman is going to be Quebec 73, Q73, so insert airway. Q73. We're taking that all the way to Laker. From there, we're going to go to MILF. And then from MILF, we're going to go to Salt Lake City on the arrival. So insert waypoint, KSLC, and then insert arrival. We're going to plan for the Delta 4 arrival. Right now, we'll say any runway, Delta 4 from MILF. No approach. MILF followed by Beaver. Somebody has a sense of humor. Ethac's good to see you, man. Okay, so the flight plan's in. Good to go there. Happy with that. We can close you. Now we're going to move down to the GTN unit here. Actually, combination of GTN and Skyview. So initial altitude 7,000. We're going to climb out of here to 179 knots. From there, we are going to talk about the departure in a moment. We'll do the headings and all that stuff here in a second. Our squawk code needs to be... Actually, we can do it either way. 2660. We'll punch that in. We'll stay standby for the time being. All right, let's talk about this departure. We're going to be on the Cathedral 1 departure coming out of Palm Springs. Cathedral 1 from runway 31 left says fly heading 310 until reaching the 388 radial off of Palm Springs. I'll do a little aerosim gaming here. So fly 310 until reaching the 274 radial off of Palm Springs, and then right turn direct to Palm Springs. From there, you're going to fly on the 104 radial until you hit MRUD, marked by 10 DME. Make a right turn, and then direct to Palm Springs from there. And then from there, if we are not above... if we are not above 65... No. Yeah, Victor 370. If we're not above 6,500 feet, we're going to have to do a little circle, but I think we'll be above 6,500 feet. So that is our departure. So, we're going to fly this departure essentially slant alpha, which means we need to do some tunage here. Buffy McMuffy, thank you very much. Welcome to the Beardland Club, sir. I appreciate your support. Cheers. Owl Flyer, it's good to see you. Happy Friday. Radial 2... Oh, it's the 268 radial. My bad. Thanks, Max. Yeah, so it's the 268 radial that we make the turn. If I actually read the thing, then I would know. But I didn't because I'm an idiot. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're gonna be in the right place. So let's go ahead and kill that. And we want to tune. Okay, so we want heading of 310. And then we need to tune into Palm Springs, 115.5. That in there. We're going to punch in the 268 course. So nav 1, course of 268. So that's good. So we fly that heading, we cross that needle, and then we make a right turn direct to Palm Springs. We can handle that. And then once we get there, once we head towards Palm Springs, we will punch in our next radial after that, assuming we haven't been given a direct 2. So good there. I will turn you off and you off, and we're good there. Actually, I'm going to turn the nav 1 on. So what this will do is this will give me a line showing me where nav 1's at. So as I make my turn, as I make my flight, it'll tell me what nav 1's doing, and this will tell me what it is doing in relation to the course that I want to fly or turn at. Okay. So that radio's set. We're gonna come over here to the GTNs. I like to have my upper GTN on the terrain mode. My lower GTN I'm gonna have on the autopilot panel. You've got waypoints and kind of all that crap that you can set up too, checklists and all that stuff that you can look at. But who needs checklist, right? So we'll turn the flight director on. We're going to go to vertical speed mode initially at 1,500 feet until we accelerate to 179 knots, at which point we will go to IAS mode. And we're going to start off in heading mode. So heading, flight director, vertical speed, altitude hold at 7,000 feet. Transponder set at 2660. Let's go ahead and go to altitude. And we're good there? Okay. Let's get our flaps in. Flaps takeoff. They got new flap sound. That's a new flap sound since the last beta version I had. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do one more thing. We're gonna come down to tools. Is it? No. Screen. No. No. There is a button. There's a button that will turn the TCAS off. Because I don't like the TCAS targets on here. What's in tools? Oh yeah, tools setup. No, not that. Not that. I don't remember where the button's at. There's a button that will turn the TCAS alerts, like it'll turn the TCAS targets off on this main screen, but I don't remember where it's at, so we might look for it later. Oh, there it is, right there, right in front of me. PFD and then TCAS, and that'll get rid of the target. Okay, let's grab the weather, and we will do flight controls and then get out of here. So, Palm Springs weather, variable 6 knots, 10 mile visibility, clear skies, 31 Celsius, altimeter 2989er. 2989. And our flight controls. Oh, I don't have any, crap, I don't have any views set up, do I? Well, let's go. View, external, chase. That's one right there. We come in real close for this next one. That's one right there. All right. Right rudder. Left rudder. Full left. Full right. Full back. Full forward. Great. Flight controls are good. Let's go to ground now. Ground here at the old Palm Springs is 121.9er. 2190. Transfer that in. Turn the volume up. And then tower. Actually, we'll do ground out. We'll do what I always do, or what I should be doing. 12190. And then we will go mic monitor 2. So we're going to use COM 2 for the ground stuff. So 121.9er. And tower is 19.7. 70. And our departure frequency is 26.7. We'll punch that in up here. Okay, where are we at? We're at Atlantic Aviation. Let's get out of here. What's with the red screen? It's terrain. Apparently we're stuck. Austin's ground handling. Palm Springs ground. Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra is coming out of Atlantic with the weather.
For 717 Tango Sierra, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Bravo. Let me know if you require the left side.
We can take 31 right. 31 right via Bravo. Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra.
Palm Springs ground.
Suppose we can go over here to the.
There's also at Atlantic ready to taxi with their own weather.
We're 553 Palm Springs runway 3 right, taxi via Bravo.
Jump on the taxi line here. I think we'll fit.
Via Bravo. Right to 553.
So far, so good. One minor little hiccup there, but that's cool. I don't like being so close to those jets. I see lights. Shinamone, good to see you, man. Or Shinanome, good to see you. Happy Friday. Flying Tail Dragon, welcome aboard. Frank T, welcome aboard. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Frank. Appreciate it, though. Uberbot, welcome aboard. Happy Friday, Ben. All right. Bravo to 3-1 right. Go lights on, strobe beacon on, nav lights, all that good stuff's on. No need for anti-ice. Switch over to tower. Switch over to tower like that. Palm Springs Tower, Eclipse 717, Tango Sierra, holding short 3-1 right.
717 Tango Sierra, Palm Springs Tower, right 3-1 right, clear for takeoff, wind variable at 6.
Clear for takeoff 3-1 right, Eclipse 717, Tango Sierra.
456 Papa Alpha, contact SoCal approach 125.2.
Alright, should have been clear left, clear right, lights, camera, action. Let's go. Engine stable.
56 Papa Alpha, SoCal approach, going to maintain 7,000, Los Angeles altimeter
Takeoff power.
3001.
Airspeed's alive.
Interior clearance, November 628 Whiskey Zulu's Cessna
rotate.
Caravan. Request advisories to El Monte.
And positive rate. Gear.
Number 628 Whiskey Zulu, Ontario clearance on departure, fly runway heading, maintain VFR at or below 3,000. Departure frequency 135.4, squawk 2354.
Depart runway heading, maintain VFR at or below 3000.
Flaps
Departure
can
on
come in.
135.40 and squawk 2354 for November 628 Whiskey Zulu.
628 Whiskey Zulu, read back correct. Number 717 Tango Sierra, contact departure.
Departure, 7 Tango Sierra, we'll see it.
For 2211 right, contact
pilot
Los
on.
Angeles Center 125.
Yeah, we'll go to departure by switching our communication over here. Oh gosh. All of those windmills are back in now.
For
IAS
2211
mode.
right, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
Power about 99% there.
For 416 Juliet Kilo, contact SoCal approach 119.6.
Departure Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra 2,500, 7,000.
For 717 Tango Sierra, SoCal departure, radar contact, time maintained 13,000.
13,000, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra.
For 5533, all things Tower, main through and right, clear to takeoff.
13,000. Here comes the crossing. We'll take a right turn direct to Palm Springs once we get the crossing. Insert for me, good to see you. Cam Flyer, welcome aboard.
14,000, the Ontario altimeter 2998.
There's X and Biro changing up our weather, it looks like. Giving us some more wind.
For 462 Kilo, SoCal approach San Diego altimeter 3004.
And there's crossing. Right turn direct to Palm Springs VOR.
For 875 Zulu Echo, Los Angeles Tower, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Should I buy this plane or get the Embraer 110? Mr. Chow, good to see you, man. I think it's up to you. If you want to fly a little personal jet, buy this. If you want to fly a fun little turboprop, buy the Embraer. Like, they're two very, very, very different planes.
For 25 Foxtrot Riviera on the comms, I read you loud and clear. Squawk 5353, clear check.
Alright, making our crank around here. Just about direct to Palm Springs. We'll see there we should be able to get a direct to 29 Palms. Alright. Get ourselves pointed to Palm Springs VOR. Personal jets look fun. Yeah, no kidding, Assassin. Good to see you, man. Squeezy, welcome aboard. This plane is very sensitive. Embraer 110 doesn't work in X-Plane 11. There you go.
For 25 Palm Springs, runway 3 and right, taxi V, or press runway 3 and
Taxi
left,
lights
taxi V
off. After
Alpha.
takeoff, gear up, lights are out, flaps are in, taxi lights are off.
717 Tango Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
2635, 717 Tango Sierra. Los Angeles Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, 9,400, 13,000.
For 717 Tango Sierra, Los Angeles Center, climbing tape altitude 30, clear direct 29 pounds VOR, 0 navigation.
230 direct 29 palms, Zumo nav, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra. 23,000. Over here. Go flight plan. 29 palms direct. Make a turn towards 29 palms. I'll leave it in heading mode for the time being. And we'll switch it. We'll do one more direct here once we get pointed towards 29 palms.
Top Alpha, fly heading
We'll change our navigation to Skyview, get rid of nav 1, or get rid of the yellow bar. There's 10,000 feet. Take our landing lights off. Do a pressurization check here. We have plenty of oxygen, and I assume that bottle pressure. Oh yeah, here we we
We're
got the piece coming up, and our altitude is pressurizing, so we're good. Okay, pointed towards 29 palms. We'll do one more direct to waypoint.
We're 5533.
And then we'll go to nav mode. And there we go. We are on the magenta line.
Retard.
I couldn't agree more.
Approach. Don't need the heading on the second. What I do need is your altitude. Say altitude.
Okay, I'm going to bump the speed up to 195 knots. Little cruise climb action.
Expect the visual approach runway 20 right.
I don't know what the cruise climb actually is for this plane. Only that I'm just going to go a little faster than I am right now. Things got real dark in here all of a sudden. Swanee39, 2 months, man. Hey, Ty, thanks for the awesome streams. Don't forget to check out my stuff when you get a chance. Right, sir. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your support, and I will.
5 Zulu Echo, radar contact departure.
Crosswind 2406, welcome aboard, man. What planes are you looking forward to the most? At this point, nothing. Well, nothing. There's nothing I can talk about that I'm looking forward to. And honestly, this was the plane I wanted to see. This is the plane I wanted to fly more of. This and the Panthera. So I have what I want. I'm happy. I'm good for a while on airplanes. Fly TBN, welcome aboard, sir.
Aircraft to request, go ahead.
Pilot Nuts, good to see you, man. Just in time. Danner Vermont, welcome aboard. Flight Planes 1, welcome aboard, sir. Denny Patrick, welcome aboard. In terms of immersion and resources needed, are the same. I like the SOF 340 and the IXCG, so I keep an X-Plane 10 copy running. Yeah, as far as performance on your PC, they're about the same. The Embraer 110 and the Eclipse.
For 5533,
like,
SoCal departure.
I don't know, man. It's a tough call. Like, I love me some turboprops. I really love me some turboprops.
San Diego, altimeter 3004.
But the thing is, I've spent a lot of time flying the Embraer.
628 Whiskey Zulu, Ontario Town, runway 26 left at Kilo.
I spent enough time flying the Embraer that I'm kind of done with it, right? Like, there's a lot of airplanes I fly, a lot of airplanes I like, but like I kind of get done with them after a while. And the 110 is one of those planes. Like, I put a lot of time into it, had a good time with it, but I'm kind of in that point where I'm ready to move on to some other stuff. I'm setting up views right now. So, right now I see myself flying this a lot because this avionics package is awesome, and it'll do a pretty good job in the PilotEdge expansion area. Do I ever fly helicopters and X-plane? Not really. I have the Bell 407. I'm not very good at flying helicopters, though. Like, I'm just really... I don't have a good touch for that stuff. So yeah, no, I'm not doing a whole lot in the way of heli choppers at the moment. Maurice, good to see you, man. Just bought the Eclipse. Awesome plane. Glad to hear, man. Al Smoky T, welcome aboard. This plane is popular this week. Is it on sale? Yeah, this plane just went on sale on Monday. Just went on sale on Monday. Good little airframe. I think Aerobask has done releasing planes for a while. I think they're finally gonna work on some other stuff. They've had 2 big releases in the last month, I want to say.
Radar contact departure.
It has been the year of Aerobask. Uncooked bacon, happy Friday, sir.
Contact Los Angeles Center 128.
What is my ortho scenery for SoCal? You're over zoom level 17 Bing right now. Eventually we'll move into zoom level 15 Bing as we get out of SoCal and towards Salt Lake City. Cool little plane. Have I gotten the IXEG 737 working on 11? I haven't even tried. Have not even tried to get the IXEG going.
Number 68, which is the SoCal departure.
Holy crap!
KSLC
Welcome aboard. You caught a live stream indeed. Good to see you, man.
We're 717 Tango Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55.
3355, Eclipse 77 Takeoff 0. Okay, so we'll do the frequency change first, so I don't forget it.
We're 215 Foxtrot Romeo.
And we will then change to standard 2992.
Number 534, I wasn't looking for one. You gotta let me know before you hit the IDID button so I know to look for it. So I see it squawking, but go ahead and hit the IDID for me.
Los Angeles Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 193, climbing flight level 230.
717 Tango Sierra, Los Angeles Center, climb maintain flight level 350.
Flight level 350, Eclipse 77 Tango Sierra. Oh boy.
And number 25 Foxtrot Romeo, negatively, no IDID from you.
It's not literally 350, it's actually 35,000 feet. Oops.
Order 25 Pulsing Sierra.
How are my intro flights? It went really well. I actually have I have a flight scheduled tomorrow.
Remember, was that 5-6
for my first proper lesson tomorrow. So it should be a good time. Looking forward to it.
A good visual approximately 20 right.
Shark fan, good to see you, man. X-Plane 11 indeed. That's right. I finally got out of the Stone Age, right? Everybody says it's better, so we'll see if that's actually true.
Number 4162 at Kili City, you have the airport in sight. 62 at Kili, code visual approach to Borrego Valley Airport. 68 Kilo, red to traffic continue in the airport. Port IFR cancellation this frequency for change to advisory approved.
Look at that. What happened to the Viper jet that was following us? Is he still back there? Oh, he went VFR. Did he go VFR? Yeah, he did. There's another Viper jet out there coming after us, too. It's going to be a really long flight here. About an hour and a half or so still to go. I mean, obviously, we're going to speed up as we get higher, but yeah. It's going to be a sizable flight. Truckerman 42, this is a really good plane. Enjoying it a lot. Great to hear, glad to hear, man. I am also very much digging this thing. Brown Bag Coke, good to see you, Chris. Happy Friday, sir. But yeah, no. So I had my intro flight on Sunday. It's actually been that was my second intro flight. It was an intro flight. Like, it was a second intro flight because I wanted to try this CFI out. I wanted to make sure that we were going to fit and mesh and gel, and I really liked this CFI. I liked his style of teaching. I liked his mannerisms. I liked the guy all around. So I made the decision that he's going to be my guy, and we'll kind of go from there. So what's going on right now? I am coordinating, or I'm trying to coordinate, I should say. Ooh, bring the power back a touch here. Gotta get those temps back down. About 98.5 out of them. We'll have to start slowing down here a little bit on our indicators so we keep climbing. Actually, I think we go to... There's a way to put Mach on here. There is no Mach mode. There's no Mach hold, but we do have a Mach number. So yeah, anyway, we met. I really like the guy. I liked his teaching style. I decided that he's going to be the instructor I want to go with. So I'm working with a flying club right now to potentially join them and have access to a Piper Cherokee 180. The plane's not flying a lot right now, and they're wanting to get some hours on it, for some, I think, upgrades down the road or something. So I'm looking into that. But in the meantime, I kind of have the bug, and I have a little bit of cash to spend on this. So I'm just like, I may as well book some flights. Like, I may as well actually just go fly, because in the end, it's not really going to matter. Like the stick and rudder stuff I learned at a Cessna 172 is not going to be all that different from the stick and rudder I learned at a Piper Cherokee. So I went ahead and today I booked a flight. I booked a flight this afternoon for tomorrow. So the weather looks like it's going to be okay. So hopefully we'll get that in tomorrow afternoon, and off we'll go. So yeah, officially start flight training and all that tomorrow. And I'm very, very, very excited. And Virus City, man, thank you very much for your support, sir. Cheers, my friend. 3 months. Crown and Ace is good to see you, man. Paco Board, I didn't mention that. No, I did not mention that. In the real airplane, I will be a checklist guy, by the way. In the real airplane, that's very, very different. So, Chris Cap, good to see you. Rain Dog, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. I serve and good to see you, Ian. Happy Friday, sir. But it's cool because like it honestly it's the extra revenue coming in from Twitch. It's the extra revenue coming in from Twitch that's allowing me to do this. So you guys are gonna hear me gush a lot over the next, God only knows how long. But I'm super, super grateful for everybody who clicks the subscribe button, everybody who just shows up. Like you guys are fantastic, and it's largely because of that I'm able to do this. So, thank you all again. And thank you to Mr. Aussie Benny H. Happy 4-month anniversary. It's a long-distance relationship from the other side of the world. Will this 4 months get me a race to C? You get to keep your race to C. You've had one for a month already. Keep up the good work. Very informative, entertaining. Good luck with your real-world flying training. Thank you very much, Mr. Benny H. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Saturday for you. Aussie, Ben, are we going to get you on the comms tonight? Yeah, no crashing in the water in real life. Absolutely. Epic Simming HD. Epic Simming HD. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. Cheers. But one of the questions I've been asked a lot is if I'm going to record and post video of this stuff. And as much as I would like to, it's probably not going to happen because I want my training to be focused on training and not necessarily videography. Like I don't want to be concerned with getting the right shot or, God forbid, making some sort of a mistake and then having it on the internet where people can be like, you made a mistake.
25, contact Los Santos Center, 133.55.
So yeah, I'm going to keep most of that fairly private, and we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do some in-sim flights one of these days with some of the stuff being done. But I'm probably not going to post any other.
2517 too.
Camero, good to see you, man.
Quarter 25, Los Angeles Center, climbing felt 390.
Jack C's Viper 533, nice dude. 5 oops, welcome aboard. Al Smoke and T, if you do exclamation point plane, I got a link for you right here. There's a link for the plane. Pooper Scooper, welcome aboard. Got an aerosim rig going apparently. Josh J. Gibbs, welcome aboard. Good to see you, Josh. I'm probably gonna wear I'll probably wear my hoodie tomorrow. To be honest, I have a hoodie that's my shirt as well. So we'll show up with that and see if we get any comments on that. Good to see you, Josh. Clean Counters, welcome aboard. 172 lands differently than a Cherokee. Yeah, I definitely noticed that because I did my first discovery flight in a Cherokee or in a Piper Warrior, and the one I did on Sunday was in a 172, and definitely noticed a difference between those two planes. But yes, they land differently, but it's still valuable just getting up, and I want to have experience in both planes anyway. Like I want to get checked out in a 172 as much as I want to get checked out in the various Pipers, if only because if I want to rent a plane while I'm out and about and traveling, it's probably going to be one of those two types of planes. More than likely, it's going to be a 172. Micebuster, good to see you, man. Is the 550 the new favorite plane? It is for now, yeah. You're going to see a lot of this plane on the streams. I'm having to play with my throttles a little bit here because my EGT keeps spiking up in the yellow. I'll have to start also playing with our airspeed, I think, too, to try to keep ourselves at a decent climb rate. But theoretically, we should make it to 35,000 feet. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. Pilot Nuts, have you heard of Purdue Aviation Day? It's huge. Started last year. Pilot Nuts, I haven't heard of that. No, man. Tell me about it. Brandon 1018, it's not. The Flying Club in Beverly has like a 100-person wait list. There was a person at my old job who was in that club, and it essentially takes forever to get to the point where you can be accepted into that club. So no, it's not. I'll be flying out of Lawrence, LWM for my training, because it ended up being like even working with Beverly Flight Center, the Lawrence option ended up being something like $2,500 cheaper. 195 is not low for this plane. No, the best angle of climb is 179, or your initial climb I should say is 179 knots. So if anything, we're a little bit on the fast side right now, and we'll most likely be pulling this back. But Jesus, man, we got a freaking 107 knot tailwind right now, though. We are hauling ass. We are definitely hauling ass coming out of here. But yeah, I know the club's up in Lawrence, and yeah, I'm very much excited. So I've been ordering a lot of stuff. I have headsets, got a bag, getting stuff for the iPad, getting all the equipment to build a Stratix. Stratix is like a Stratus, but it's home built and much cheaper. I need to get, I need to buy a whole bunch of charts too, so I have the paper stuff on hand. But yeah, there's been a lot of money leaving my pocket over the last couple of weeks. But I expected it, so. 777 Coltrane, good to see you, man. I am. I'm starting. It's finally happening. T-Craft, welcome aboard. 100 hours and 172 and still no PPL. The frame development, man, what's going on with that? Yeah, Brandon, I did my first discovery flight out of the flight center, and I was happy. Like I was happy that I had a good time. I enjoyed it. It mostly came down to financial decision. The route that I'm going, I'll be able to save a significant amount of money, and I'll also have access to a club plane down the road. Aerosim Gaming, I didn't buy a Bose. No, I can't afford that, dude. I bought a Faro G2 active noise reduction. So I bought a Faro headset, F-A-R-O. And it's pretty good. Like, it's actually not bad. I gotta next time I go up with Mr. Cirrus Max, I'm gonna compare the two headsets side by side.
Maintain 5,000. Expected visible approach 30, right?
Just built the Stratix. It's awesome. Nice, dude. Yeah, I bought all the stuff they recommend. Like, I didn't get too fancy with the case and whatnot, but I imagine down the road I'll muck around with it some more. Okay, let's start bringing this speed back here so we can get some climb action going. So we'll start with 190 knots. And go from there. 777 Coltrane's month from being a CFI. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Purdue Aviation Day this year, hosted by Purdue Aviation Technology, sponsored by PSA Airlines, bringing in several aircraft for displaying. You fly in, drive in, or walk in. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is so cool, dude. I knew a few people when I went to Purdue that were pursuing aviation degrees. And one guy is actually, he's a corporate pilot, and he flies all over the freaking world in that jet. It's pretty cool.
We're 733 Kilo Zulu, fly heading 170.
Alright, let me check this out again. Enjoy the E6B, get a medal one so you can use it as a coaster after the check ride. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool, Ian. Nice, dude. Aussie Benny H, I got a headset by a company called Faro. So let me find it here. So I found and decided to give a try. Oh, my clouds just disappeared. Why did that?
Number 733 Kilo Zulu. 4 miles from 1 up. Fly heading 210. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS 224.
Menu configured. Interesting. I don't know why the clouds all just disappeared. That's not supposed to happen in next Enviro.
For 553, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Let's come down to 185. Okay, so Faro.
Number 221 will make good visual approach mate 30
Pull this
right.
sucker up. Here it is. So, this is what I got. I did a bunch of searches online. Read a whole ton of reviews, and this thing has active noise cancellation, runs about 350. I want to compare it side by side to the Bose just to see what the difference is, but I had this on my flight on Sunday, and honestly, it was fantastic. Like, the active noise was great. It really did block the sound extremely well. It was comfortable for me. Like, I wear big clunky headsets all day, and I was happy about it. someone from Indiana. I'm sorry to hear about Purdue. I grew up in Indiana. T-Craft, it's mostly just for situational awareness, man. Like, yes, I'm not going to sit there and stare at my iPad all the time. However, the fact of the matter is that I'm training in a very heavily traveled bit of airspace, and any little bit that I can do to keep myself more aware of what's around me is not going to be a bad thing, because, like, planes are, like, I'll be pretty close to where they vector a lot of planes coming into Boston, and it's just a security blanket, you know? Like, definitely look out the window, definitely have your flight following and all that stuff, but it doesn't hurt to have an extra layer of protection, of something that you can kind of glance down at and make sure that you're not going to, oh shit, you know, just going to get smoked by somebody. Obviously, it's not foolproof because I won't have ADSB out, so I won't get the full benefit, but it's going to be helpful. But the Stratix also gives you access to weather, it gives you access to METARs, it gives you access to a whole host of other information besides just traffic. Exterminator, good to see you, man. Spire was not expecting a little plane to be doing 391 over the ground. Yeah, that may be it, actually. We are trucking it through here. I can't. My click spot's not working here.
Number 1 Mike, looks like you're still a little high there. If you want to make a sort of join the
goes.
extended left downwind veer to set death approved.
Look back another 180. Try to give it as much power as I can. I got to keep an eye on this EGT here. It keeps coming up. So if that EGT keeps blocking us, we might not be able to make it to 35. But we'll see what happens. I'm leading a few planes. Yeah, we got a little host of guys following us. Tic Tac, welcome aboard. How does X-Enviro compare to the X-Plane 11 default clouds in terms of performance? Do not know. I haven't used the default clouds. I think that it's comparable. Like, I think the X-Plane clouds are really okay now. Nicholas VDS, KLWM. You can use a headset at the flight school if you want. Like, I would have access to a David Clark standard issue, like the passive noise reduction and all that stuff. But I want my own. I don't want to put a greasy headset on my head that somebody else just used. Am I holding a fidget cube? I am. I have 2 of these. I have one in the office and I have one here. Like the real honest to God from Kickstarter fidget cube. Did a flight review with an FAA inspector recently, almost broke airspace if I had not stopped him.
Zulu, contact Palomar Tower.
Huh. Just blame it on the instructor. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's just like any tool I can do to increase situational awareness.
25 like, Romeo, downwind tower, runway 20 at kilo, clear for takeoff.
I will do that, and I know that the Stratix and all that stuff is not something I'm going to use too much in the training and kind of early on, but it is something that I will use down the road, as I'm you know, putting around with my ticket, and it's just my wife and I. Like the weather and that kind of stuff is what I'm is much interested in as I am the traffic. XP Aviator, always keep me entertained, giving great insight on fake planes. Scowl. I'm gonna say is it ska? Scowl? Cheers. I don't know how to say A with a circle above it, but cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your support, man. It looks like the sale is over unless it's on sale on a different website, $40. Al, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you now recommend X-Plane 11 over 10, or should I wait for updates? I don't know. It's too early to tell. I've been able to get X-Plane 11 running fairly well. I think 10 still runs a little smoother, but let's circle back and talk about this again in about 2 weeks after I have a chance to run it and see what crashes and you know, what's good and what's bad. But this is literally the first flight that I've done in X-Plane 11, so.
For 25, set Romeo,
I can't make a recommendation just yet. Weather generator and X-Enviro is better than default. Yeah. The only issue with X-Enviro is that the winds aloft are a little wonky.
Tower.
Like the winds aloft, I think are incorrect. If we look at Like if we look at let's do this. So if we look at the Las Vegas winds at 33,000 in the real world, they're 245 at 75.
25 Foxtrot
And
Romeo,
we're 209 at
SoCal
99.
departure,
So I
resume on
guess it's not
navigation.
too far off, but I don't know. It's still, I think it's still maybe a little on the questionable side. Because there's definitely been times when the winds have been completely wrong.
For 221 right, bank, so tower runway 30 right.
Hi,
clear
Marcus.
to
Good
land.
to see you, man. Do I use Cessna flight training on my computer to study? No. I'm reading a bunch of FAA guides right now. I'm more or less self-studying for the ground, and then I'll do some test prep stuff down the road. But I do better when I just read a bunch of material. Scowl. Fezzle, good to see you, man. Scowl, like soul with a K in it. Scowl. Got it. Scowl. I like that. So, Sir Dave, welcome aboard. Is it bad I can't see the difference between 10 and 11 when you're in this interior view? Hey, what'd I tell everybody, Dave? I've been saying it all along. If I didn't tell you it was X-Plane 11, you wouldn't know. If I didn't tell you it was X-Plane 10, you wouldn't know. Aside from the menu is the only thing that really gives it away. If you go to the exterior view, like even this up at altitude, like this starts to look the same too. Let's give her one more bump here. This should give us our last 2,000 feet, and we can start accelerating. As long as our angle of attack doesn't go too wonky here.
Freight
We're
75
okay.
to Electo, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
X-Plane 11 in VR is amazing. One of these days. Right, quit. Welcome aboard. Real 220 at 15, X-Plane 10, 220 10, 11, 150 at 7. Okay, so X-Plane 11 is not doing well either. Aviation 3D, we'll see you, man. Take it easy. Jonathan, welcome aboard. We're just in the climb here, making our way up, heading to Salt Lake City. We got Las Vegas and the Hoover Dam down there. Hoover Dam is rendering in nicely, sorta.
75 to Echo, SoCal approach.
Nicely enough.
The Tonwin altimeter 3001.
Just about to make it to 35. I'm not sure this plane, I don't think with the way we have this thing loaded up right now, it would go all the way to 41. I don't think we'd make it to 41,000 feet.
For 221 right.
Just under an hour to go.
Alpha, good day.
This is, I think on the next flight, like I think on future flights, I probably wouldn't want to go much higher than like 29 or 31,000. And I noticed this once before where it's like, once you kind of get into the low to mid, like towards the mid 30s, it really starts to drag itself. Stealth Bob, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, Bob. Inaugural X-Plane 11. This is the inaugural X-Plane 11 flight. Yes, sir. Off we go. Watching my YouTube videos when they were a seminar talking about how wonderful it would be, AI traffic working gates and things. Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, they got a lot of good stuff going on the ground, but it's going to take some time, like anything else. Yeah, Flying Drill, good to see you, man. Flying Drill says, got 11, 10 does everything I want it perfectly, except the 530 can't load stars and departures. And I think that's going to, like, the enhancements to the 430 and the 530 along with the new FMC are going to be really what kind of separate 11 from 10 in the long run. And the better default aircraft and just kind of the better avionics that we'll have access to. At some point, there is rumored to be a G1000 that's going to come out from Laminar. So, like, those are the things that are going to make 11 a step forward from 10. But right now, I just don't see the advantage to it. But it doesn't mean that it won't be there. Like, it doesn't mean that there won't be advantages longer term. Tyler's all the way up at 39,000. Holy crap. Silverbird Actual, good to see you, man. XP Aviator, welcome aboard. XP Aviator, where is here? Tcraft 938 says, I know I've been on X-Plane too much when I get in the real plane and reach for the mouse rather than turn a radio knob. I like it. Mile High FSX, good to see, man. Is the ATS working correctly on this plane? I saw that you have to level it off. The auto throttle does work. I just don't have the auto throttle turned on right now. But yes, the auto throttle works. It does auto throttle things. I'm just not using it for the climb. I'm more or less going to leave this thing on full power and just let it go. We'll configure ourselves for, I think, economy. Let's see here. If we come down to this fuel I'm in. Some loading happening. This view that I'm in keeps rendering. Keeps rendering the avionics unclickable. Why can't I click on the avionics? There we go. Something about the view keeps messing with the ability to use the avionics. Like right there, they don't work. They work there? No. I'll have to let them know. Something's all buggered up there. So if we do, let's just do this. Put you back on auto. Oh, wow. Okay. We broke it. Pull you up. Let's go back, and then we'll go to utilities, checklists, menu. We'll pull up our references, V-speeds. So our performance cruise would be 99% in 1. Our economy cruise is 95.4 at 410. So we'll punch forward a little bit here. I'm going to keep an eye on, as I punch this forward, we'll keep an eye on our EGT. So above 1410 is what we don't want to do. So we'll keep the EGT around 1400. That gives us about 96% on the N1. And then we'll see what we end up getting out of it speed-wise. We're true up at 315, which seems awfully slow right now. I think the weather just did some stuff. So we'll see what we end up getting out of it. I mean, we're doing 404 over the ground, which is really fast for this plane. And we've got 50 minutes to go until we get to Salt Lake City. Yeah, I can't go any higher on the engines. Otherwise, we punch the EGT too high. When I have it on, it blows the engine. Interesting. You should let Aerobask know about that one then. You can fix it by clicking on the X-Plane toolbar. Oh, okay. Good to know. I can't pop my screens out. You click, so there's a click spot on the memory card here. If you click on the memory card, they'll pop out. So the memory card on the GTNs, and then on the left dynon, click on the airplane. On the right dynon, click on the airplane. And that'll pop them in and out. Screw the EGT, full power. Yeah!
Great 750 Echo, SoCal approach, Lindbergh altimeter 3004.
Tim Taylor says more power. Got the MILF intersection coming up. Followed by the Beaver waypoint. Or the MILF VOR. AOZ mentioned them tweaking versus Austin tweaking his part, the model. Ah, okay. Well, the snowy ground textures wouldn't do us any good with the ortho photo. Captain Big Germ, good to see you, man. Have you run across any issues with X-Plane 11 GPS set course exact opposite direction of the flight plan? I have not. That being said, this is my very first full flight on X-Plane 11, so I really haven't had time to run into those types of problems. What a cool-ass airplane this thing is. Much mucho, good to see you, man. X-Plane 11 better, more beautiful than FSX modeled. Wouldn't make sense to compare them out of the box due to FSX came out 10 years before X-Plane 11. Oh, no, when I say 10, I'm talking about X-Plane 10. Yeah, I'm not comparing 11 to FSX. I mean, if you come in this channel, it's going to be a little bit biased against FSX. We'll put it that way. It's going to be a quick turn in Salt Lake City, and then we're going to head out to Aspen. Any difference between the 550 and the Panthera? I mean, the avionics stack is the same, but the Panthera is a piston, GA plane, and the 550 is a twin turbine, very light jet. Do I have post lighting off in X Enviro? I do. I do not like the blue haze that you get with the post processing, so I turn it off. Like, I don't necessarily think it's a good look. Yeah, Aspen's coming up, man. You're gonna have to join us. Ian, if you jump in, like, I don't know if you have this plane, but if you jump in the E1000, you keep up with this just fine. A short flight like that, we're not going to be up very long. How does it handle going direct to an approach without a star? I don't know. I've had the same issue with the avionics, but I haven't had a chance to gather, like, what the problem actually is. Tyler is now in front of us. We see him up there? Probably not. Flight sight, our flight logic is out there somewhere, ripping past us in the T-38. Burner 25, oddly appropriate name. Dave, you should come join us. Uberbot, you should come join us for this next leg. All the cool kids flying out of Salt Lake. I know, Much Muchu. I know. Would like to see Aerobask do a full business class jet. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Anybody to do a full business class jet, to be honest, would be really neat.
And center burner 25.
Burner 25.
Center for burner 25, we just pulled up the approach. We're going to have to change that to the Jammin' for arrival. Same VOR if that can be arranged.
Burner 25, I'm going to switch you over to Salt Lake City Center in a second here. You can coordinate that with them.
Alright, coordinate with them, burn 25.
No can do. Got to make dinner for myself and the missus. Aw, that's all good, man. Beat Pruitt, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Viper Jet's super fun at 11. I'll have to get it fired up. I was just looking at, I was looking through my airplanes today, and I have not flown that Viper Jet in a very long time. Dave has no scenery for Salt Lake. It has default. It's got Lego
Burner
brick out there, I believe.
Contact Salt Lake City Center 135.77. Getting.
Honestly, the Lego brick. I mean, obviously the stuff that
3577, you have a great one.
3577 will be next for us. Obviously, Mr. X is going to look a lot better, just by virtue of not being Lego brick. But the Lego brick stuff isn't actually that bad. How do I compare the Eclipse to the Challenger 300? Another nav is different, but otherwise curious about the models as a whole. Well, the Eclipse is a brand new aircraft, and the Challenger 300 was built, I believe, for X-Plane 9. The Eclipse has an avionics package that is pretty good. Like, I won't say it's complete because it's not mimicking, it's not using the real avionics that you would have in the real Eclipse, but it's pretty good. Whereas the Challenger is using X-Plane's default FMC and some other good stuff like that. So it's tough to make the comparison between the two. They're also two very different types of planes. That Eclipse is basically a rocket jet, like a rocket ship. It just freaking goes. Whereas, or not Eclipse, sorry, the Challenger just goes. And this plane is a bit slower just by virtue of what it is. Like, it's a very light jet with two smaller engines on it, and when you get it loaded up and whatnot, like it doesn't go very fast. So I have to fly the Challenger in X-Plane 11 and see how I like it. Ken Flyer, good to see you. Woo Pig, welcome aboard. Forgot the stream tonight. Come to Dental Prom.
For 717 Tango Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center 135.77.
3577, 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see ya.
See ya.
577.
425 Fox Romeo.
Salt Lake Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 350.
You're 717 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake Center. Good afternoon.
And here we are. Yeah, so WooPig says, forget the stream, come to Dental Prom. There will be an open bar and a band and Chick-fil-A. Where's Dental Prom? I hope that is actually as ridiculous as it sounds. Bug Eater, what are the winds going to be like on approach to Salt Lake? Had some real fun with a 30-knot crosswind landing at 515 Charleston. Be careful slow landing with speed with winds.
Bird 2-5, advise ready, copy.
Bird 2-5, ready when you are.
Bird 2-5 is clear to Salt Lake City International Airport via Milford, jam in 4 arrival.
Let's see here. The winds are 170, gust 29.
Right,
so
that's clear to Salt Lake City,
they're
Milford,
basically
jam
going to be
in 4
directly
arrival.
off our nose with a little bit of gust.
Bird 2-5, read back is
Shouldn't
correct.
be anything too terrible. Brad Hassel, 14, good to see you, man. Over par Duffer, 375 or so. Oh, you're talking about something completely different. Is there any way to get into vertical speed mode on climb just by using the glare shield of the 550? No. The only way to get this into vertical speed mode is to either use the autopilot on the small GTN down here, or to come here and go to pitch and vertical speed mode using the Dynon. But there's no way to do it on the glare shield. The glare shield has speed, and I think that's it. I'm guessing that in-op button right there is probably vertical speed. If I had to take a gander. So yeah, no, unfortunately. Traffic at by 12 o'clock indeed. He flew over us. He's cruising. He's going to get down there probably 10, 15 minutes before we do. Hi, Mr. Pickles. Good to see you. Evan W., welcome aboard. What ground scenery is this? It's just Ortho for XP, no HD mesh. Ortho for XP, and I imagine at this point, I don't know if we're on 17 yet. It's either 15 or 17. I really don't know. PilotEdge does have better crisp audio than VATSIM. That's for sure. J-Roll and live streaming developing the CRJ200 version 2. Do I have some info I want to share? I haven't been watching the CRJ200 streams. I see that he does live streams. I tune in occasionally, but I haven't been able to just sit down and watch. So I don't know what the scoop is on that one. Yeah, Ortho for XP generates the mesh, and it also downloads the photo textures. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. Guess there's more to see that way. You ever flown the SR-22 model and deployed the parachute? Yes. I have the SR-22 by V-Flight Air, and the first time I flew it, I definitely pulled the chute at the very end of the stream. Weatherman Thay, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, sir. PE is more tolerant of terrible microphones. That is for sure. Blair Shattuck, welcome aboard. This is X-Plane 11. If I was a dentist, I would drink a lot of alcohol too. Yeah. 5UBZ. Excited installing a sim. Nice dude. Ortho is the best invention of X-Plane. I'm kind of okay with that. Like it's pretty good. It adds a lot to the sim that you wouldn't otherwise have. This over here. There we go. Cat got so mad today. It's away at 6 a.m. Plan to make it out some Ortho for XP for California until I check how much space I have left. I only have 100 gigabytes out of 1 terabyte. Uh-oh. I mean, you could get some photo done in 100 gigabytes. Not a lot. B. Pruitt pulled the chute in the Panthera. What is my favorite fighter jet in X-Plane? Dude, I don't do fighter jets. I was a big Ortho holdout. Well, Justin, like my holdout and my thing my thing with Ortho was that it had to be simple and it had to be foolproof. So until it was simple and foolproof, I wasn't interested in doing it because I don't have a lot of time to spend on all that stuff. So when Ortho for XP came out and it was basically click on things on the map, push a button and go, I was like, all right, I can handle that. That I can do. I think there's going to be a workaround to air hauler 2. I have no idea. I think SimBuddy is going to be what we should use down the road. SimBuddy's got some pretty cool stuff that looks like, oh, man. Let's log into SimBuddy here. I'll show you guys. If I get the right password in. SimBuddy has some VA stuff that they've built into it, and it's meant to behave more like FS Passengers did. And I think that this is, well, I think this is what I'm going to be spending most of my time in down the road. It's still very much in beta. I don't know who all he's opened this up to, but you manage an airline, small planes, big planes. And off you go. So it behaves, like I said, it behaves a lot like FS Passengers, but it has some elements of air hauler in that there's passengers you got to pick up, cargo you got to pick up, planes that you own, planes that you're moving around, and things like that. So SimBuddy, I'm on SimBuddy right now. It is running in the background. Where is the map? There we go. There's us. Flying tail dragger. Don't know who that guy is. Training captain. But yeah, that's I think what I'm going to spend a little bit more time with down the road. I haven't messed around with the VA stuff too much, just a little bit so far.
And Seattle for Bernard 5, we're going to have to descend to 340.
Bernard 25, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Down to 240, Bernard 5.
Down, down, down he goes. Where he stops, probably 24,000 feet. What makes life good for this old dog? Beautiful plane, beautiful scenery, SimBuddy client, virtual airline flight. Yeah. It's good stuff. Blue Sky Simulation has released their Ortho pack for North America, planning on selling Ortho already installed on external hard drive. Well, that's cool.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Level 240, my discretion, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, so let's talk about descents real quick. Turn that on. Currently, we are on our way to MILF. So the Milford VOR is next. So if we take a look at this arrival, Draper is the first restriction that we have. Draper is 14,000 feet. So we'll pull a little rush here. So we got to get down to 14,000 feet by Draper. Right now we're at 35,000 feet. So that's 21,000 feet we need to go down. So 21,000 feet we got to go down. We take that times 3. That is 63,000. So that's 63 miles, 63 nautical miles that we will need. So this is a little, I don't know what this equation actually means. But if you take the number of feet in thousands times 3, that's the approximate nautical miles that you will need to get down. We're going to increase that to 70. So 70 nautical miles is what we need to get down to Draper. So if we go Draper and we start adding up our distances here, so we have 16, and then we have 46. So 16 and 46, that's 62. And then there's 30 miles between Delta and Beaver. So we're going to say from Delta, so it's 62 miles to Delta. So we'll say about 10 miles prior to Delta. So 10 miles before Delta is going to be our top of descent there. And that's going to give us more than enough time to hit 14,000 at Draper. I'll probably actually start at closer to like 20 miles before Delta, just to give myself a little extra leeway there. So 20 before Delta. Write that down in 240. So we've still got a long way to go. We still have 15 miles to Beaver, 31 miles after Beaver, or 15 miles to Milf, 31 miles after to Beaver, and 30 miles to Delta. So we've still got probably 50 or so, 45 miles or so before we're going to do our descent. And at our current ground speed, 421 knots, that's 7 miles a minute. 7 miles a minute into, I don't know, what did I say, 50? I don't know, that's a lot. That's still another 7 or 8 minutes before we got to start descending. Cool! We got it. Join me in Aspen. I keep up with the B19. If I join you in Aspen, will I keep up with the B1900? You do a pretty good job, yeah. You're going to be a little bit behind us, but not too much. I mean, the 1900 is going to true up around, I think, 180 to 200, if I recall. And we're going to true up around 330. But when we're climbing, we're only climbing at 100 and 170 or so, indicated. XP Aviator asks what stick and throttle I'm using. I have a Cytec X55. 420 over the ground, indeed. Jay Patel, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Welder Guy 24, welcome aboard. At what descent rate? We're going to go down about 2,000 feet per minute.
Retard.
2,000 feet per minute. We're also going to have a banana bar that we can use too. So we'll use the banana bar to kind of time ourselves to go for, again, 14,000 at Draper. Woo Pig 787. Woo Pig 787. Thank you very much for your support, sir. Welcome to the Beer the Long Club. Cheers. So, Sir Dave, take it easy, man. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe join me next time. PE requires one's A game, and at 1:30 in the morning with sleep debt, probably not my CRT game. It's all good, dude. CMTE Douglas, good to see you, man. I'm doing very well, thank you. Welder Guy 24, you've missed most of the first flight. We just did our descent planning. We're coming into Salt Lake City here very soon. We should be on the ground in about 30 minutes. And our top of descent is coming up at about 40 miles. Mr. Kraus, good to see you, man. Mr. Kraus got a picture of an airplane here. This plane? Oh, yes. Ah, those things are so beautiful, John. These are amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it down to Sun and Fun next year, I think. There's enough guys that are going down there, and I'm kind of hankering for a nice Florida vacation in April again. So I think next year we'll be down to Sun and Fun. And maybe next year when I go to Sun and Fun, I'll actually be able to rent a boat. I tried to rent a boat last time we went, and the day that we were going to go out on the rental, there were gale force winds. So we had to cancel. So they canceled our rental. They said, "Nah, you're not going on a boat today." I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably a good idea." That's a cool picture, though. Cessna Rocks is doing the impossible livery for the 737. I don't know what the impossible livery is. Dogs, good to see you, man. I'm doing well. Thank you. Welder Guy says, your videos help me simming. My flight skills, it doesn't overload or bore me. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, Welder Guy. I appreciate you watching, dude. And welcome to Twitch. It's good to see you here. It's where the cool kids come and hang out. Do I have the new Mr. X Salt Lake City? I absolutely do.
Alaska 513 to send
absolutely.
out
23 gusting 37. Holy crap. Were they still running the air show and the demonstrations today then, John? I'm assuming they would. Axiotis LS1. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday, sir. Last flight training decided to go back to Providence same time as a company Cessna and raced back to the airport. We lost. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I can imagine that, Jack. Is the sun still out on the west coast, or do you have real-time off? I have real-time on, so I guess it is still sunny out here. But I do have real-time on. I don't know if the time's accurate or not. 17... Oh, yeah, no, it's the real-time... I don't have real-time on. Never mind. Oh, no, it's 17:27 local. Yeah, no, that's the real time. It's 5:30 out there. 5:30-ish. And daylight savings may have screwed things up, but it's 5:30-ish local. Click that. Change it to... That changes it to Zulu there. That's better. 12:30 Zulu. Yeah, it's real time. That's definitely Zulu time right now. Cole Hood, welcome back, man. Good to see you. Flight Logic lives in California and says it's still sunny. Welder Guy asked, this is X-Plane 11? It is X-Plane 11. It goes to 11. Jack C, shoot me an email. My email address is down below, host@catstrator.live. Shoot me an email. I'd love to check that out. Okay, how are we doing here? Coming up on the Beaver intersection, about 30 miles from our top of descent. Or no, 20 miles from our top of descent. So we'll set the altitude, 24,000 feet. And then once we get ready to start our descent, we'll go to vertical speed mode, and we'll start nudging that nose down. 2,000 feet per minute is probably about what we're going to want to aim for, but we may need to go a little higher than that. Nice Spinal. I've never actually seen Spinal Tap, but I've seen like that scene so much. And I had a set of Logitech. Oh man, I think they were Logitech Z5500 speakers that when you turned them up, they actually went to 11, which was really awesome. Cole Hope was watching the X-Plane 11 config video. I hope it helped out. I kind of did a little clickbaity thing and called it a live, or didn't call it a live stream when it was, but yeah, I hope it really helped out. I went through and watched most of it today, and I was pretty happy with most all of it. I thought it did a pretty good job of accomplishing its goal and showing people what I do when I go and tune my sim up. Okie dokie. So we're coming up on our top of descent here. We'll go ahead and start her down nice and slow. So what we're going to do, we have 24,000 feet in the altitude. We'll go to vertical speed mode, and we'll nose it down to 1,000 feet per minute here. And we'll do this for half a minute or so, just to give our passengers a chance to kind of relax, refresh, figure out, hey, we're going to start descending.
Burner 25, Connect Center 125.57.
And we'll pop her down to 2,000 feet per minute now.
12527, burner 25.
Burner 25, 125.57, 125.57.
That'll be next for us as well.
2557 this time, burner 25.
Okay. So we got the banana bar showing up. It's going to have us down fairly early, actually. So, oh yeah, no, that's 24,000 feet.
Burner 25, Salt Lake City Center, cross jam and at to maintain 17,000, Salt Lake altimeter 2969er.
So he just got jamming at 17. That's jamming right there. I wish they were labeled on here, but that's, I guess I could turn map menu. Turn, oh no, it doesn't label fixes, never mind. I know that's jamming though. It might be tough for you guys to see, but it's there. And we'll just keep our speed let our speed climb as we head our way down. There's no real reason for us to bring the throttles back. I'll probably go auto throttle at 250 once we get down. For the time being, there are no speed restrictions on this arrival at all, so we're good. Am I a sailor? I'm not a sailor. Need a simulator companion to tell Nightbot what sim it is. Yeah, perhaps. Zero Xbox. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support and cheers. That was a sound. Boston, it is 8:30 right now. 8:30 p.m. It is very late in Europe, yes. What key binding for VS rate? It's oh man, it's like autopilot pitch up or pitch down. Go check out my I did it in my setup video yesterday, but I'll get the data ref name for you here. Imgur. Imgur. Where's it at? It's in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. Grab the full image, open the full image, and what you want is autopilot out. Nope. You want autopilot nose up and autopilot nose down. Those are the two for changing vertical speed. We shall continue down. Thinking about getting a Cytec X52 for my HOTAS, mainly for the MFD on the throttle that lets you see and adjust your radio stack. I never used that. I had an X52 and I never once used the MFD on the throttle. I don't even know if it works in X-Plane, to be honest. I would say rather than getting a 52, my recommendation would be to get one of the Thrustmaster, one of the cheaper Thrustmaster joysticks. Like there's a Thrustmaster joystick that has the same internals as the Warthog, that's cheaper than the Warthog. Zero Xbox, welcome aboard, man. Made it home just in time to catch you live. Well, that's great to hear. Good to see you. Xpilot 17, good to see you, man. Need advice on flight charts? They're a good app to purchase. I'm a big fan of the Navigraph stuff. I use 4Flight just because I'm here in the U.S. But if you fly outside of the U.S. at all, the Navigraph stuff is fantastic.
1000, expect visual approach runway 17.
Captain P3D, welcome aboard. Rob, welcome aboard. Raub. Good to see you guys. Wondering if the GTNs come with it, or you still need a separate Flight 1 purchase. The GTNs come with it. These are avionics that are not running Flight 1. They're built on
Epic 7 Tango Sierra contact. Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra contact center 125.57 so long.
2557 Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see it. But yeah, these are not Flight 1's GTNs. I'm missing a scenery tile. I think that might be the last one that I'm missing. Salt Lake Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 271, sending flight level 240.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City Center, cross jamming at maintain 17,000, altimeter 29er69er.
Jamming at 17,000, and taking the altimeter 7 Tango Sierra.
Salt Lake altimeter 29er69er.
29er69er 7 Tango Sierra, thanks. 2969 on that. So we got to cross jam it at 17,000 feet. So we punched 17,000 into our altitude. If we look at our banana bar,
call sign is Salt Lake City approach.
If we look at our banana bar, we will see that we're coming up on, like, Jammin's the next intersection, and the end of that magenta line is Jammin. So we want to basically increase our rate of descent here. I'm going to pull the throttles back now so that we don't go into the red. At this time, I will engage the auto throttle. Nope, I will set the speed to 270, and then I will engage the auto throttle. There we go. So we'll just keep the speed at 270. Hopefully we don't light our engines up. It's worrying that they go that hot. Okay. Doing well, doing well, doing well. Get one more notch there. AJ, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, sir. Rob Makis, good to see you as well. TK Monkman, welcome aboard. Non-Warthog has less birds. Yeah, that's true. Welder guy, awesome, dude. Whiskey Sim, good to see you, man. Thrustmaster T16000, that's the one. What Whiskey Sim just said. Choo-choo goes the plane. Damn straight. We're coming in. Rocky Mountain Flyman, good to see you. We're coming into Salt Lake City. We're going to make the turn to Salt Lake City here. Check out Mr. X's new scenery. And then we're going to head up to Aspen. This plane's got a hell of an angle coming down here. She don't mess around. Mr. Wise Guy, good to see you. Mr. Goofy Hands, good to see you. Virus City asks if I recommend this plane. I absolutely do, man. 100%. I really like this plane. Now,
555.
full disclosure, I got a review copy. I did not pay for this plane. Take that for what it will. But I really, really, really like the plane. I like everything that Aerobask has done, to be honest. Like, all their stuff has been fantastic. Well, I just inhaled my water. I may be a bit hoarse for a bit. Definitely can't wait to get back online flying. Far too many years. Never a better time to start flying again. Squeezy said Boston's a mess on VATSIM. I thought about doing the FNO tonight, to be honest. Can't be any worse than the Guardia was last weekend, to be honest.
Flip 7 Tango Sierra, contact approach on 128.1. Get it.
128.1. Flip 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see it. 12810. Pop that over there. And let us grab the weather. Salt Lake City weather. It's 17022 gust 29er, 10 mile visibility, few 8,000. And the altimeter's 29er 69er. We're going to ask for runway 17. Salt Lake City approach, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, 17,500, 17,000.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra,
forgot someone had the
approach. Roger. Information, Sierra's current advice when you have it on board. Descend via the Delta 4 arrival, expect the visual approach 17.
And we do have Sierra on board. We will descend via the Delta 4 arrival. We'll expect 17, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, that's going to get us 14,000 is the next waypoint. 14,000 a Drapper.
Burner 25, reduce speed to 210, contact approach 125.7.
Vertical speed, start knocking her down.
125.7 and 2-1 for the speed, burner 25.
Okay, so the next waypoint's 14,000 feet. We're gonna have to, like, this thing doesn't have a VNAV, so we're gonna step it down ourselves.
To do one more time on that frequency.
Burner 25, not a problem. Contact Salt Lake approach on 125.7.
257, burner 25.
25.7 will be next for us. He's up there in front of us. All right, dive, dive, dive. Donk Elvis, good to see you, man. I'm going to do a navigation and flight planning tutorial in the Welcome to X-Plane series. Yeah, maybe one of these days. I could probably do that. I mean, yeah, we could look into just doing something like that down the road. I can't promise it anytime soon because tutorials take a very long time to put together. But one of these days. For seeing my videos, I have no hard drive space due to filling it all with ortho scenery. Got to get a bigger hard drive there, welder guy. Devious2, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Feeling a little hoarse this morning, but he walked away. Nader here, good to see you. I don't use Fly with Lewin, no. Worse, could not get my dad. If I could get my taxi clearance, it would be holding short from me Brockton traffic. Oops. Contemplating whether to buy the Thrustmaster HOTAS, assuming they don't make them left-handed. Comfortable flying left-handed despite its design. How do you use them? I'm a righty, so I don't have any issues like that. I don't know anybody who is left-handed that uses that tries to use a stick left-handed. So, like, the X55 is definitely a right-handed stick. Like, if you try to use that thing left-handed, it ain't gonna feel good at all. I don't know about the Thrustmaster, like the Warthog, but I have to assume that it's also very much favoring the right hand. Might be something on YouTube, though, that covers that, though. That's a weird one. They come with grips to be both right or left-handed. There you go. Aviation videos, good to see you, man. Will Aerobask make the Epic Elite, child of the Epic Victory in the Eclipse 550? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I don't know. Mr. T411, good to see you. WBS, welcome aboard. Anti-social woodworker, good evening. Captain Tony Stark, good to see you as well, man. X-Plane 11, yes, sir. Okay, next up is going to be 13,000.
Retard, retard, retard.
13,000, we'll start that down.
Burner 25, turn right, heading 080 to center.
So there's no
maintain
VNAV in this plane, so
7,500.
we're kind of on our own to manage our descents here. Nice, easy descent coming through here. But the chart that we're looking at, so as we're coming down here, we just left Speak. We're coming up on Harry. And going down from there. So it's just, these are altitude crossings at each one of these waypoints. And 11,000 will be the next one, or 12,000, and then 11,000, and then that's where we'll stay until we get vectored down further. We got a visual coming up, not much to worry about there. Mike Zulu Hotel, good to see you. Stealth Talon 4. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers.
5x5.
I'm used to left-handing a yoke, but you need to have an Airbus style stick on the left stick though. Yeah, I know some people that have tried, that have like put their stick on the left and
Burner
mentioned
25,
that it's
turn
a very
right, heading 140,
like a very
intercept
different
17
feeling.
localizer.
I'm gonna bring my speed back to 250.
Burner 25, right turn, heading 140, cleared visual approach runway 17.
So start looking out for the airport here. Looks like we're gonna have one more frequency change before we get shoveled off. Yeah, I mean the X-52 is okay, but like I wouldn't get it. I would get, like, if you want to get a side tag, get the 55, or get the Thrustmaster stuff. Like Thrustmaster stuff, I think is gonna be your best bet overall. Like I'm okay with my X-55, but it's definitely not the best. Skindex, good to see you. This is the first flight.
Alaska 513, connect.
A guy on a
Seattle
plane, you
Center
missed most of the first flight.
126.6, good day.
Uh, 12,000 is next. EMAV would be nice to have. Just a nice easy descent here.
401 Tango Sierra Salt Lake clearance delivery. Good afternoon. I have your request. Stand by.
I'm gonna miss that crossing. Just punch in 11,000. And 11,000 is where we
Burner
will
25,
stay.
connect Salt Lake City Tower on 118.3, so long.
Is there an ILS for this?
Alaska 513, Seattle Center.
17
Good
has an
afternoon.
ILS.
Descend
Very
via the
good.
Hawks 5 arrival. Seattle altimeter 2941.
So let's tune that in. 111.5. We can expect the visual, but we will tune in the ILS, absolutely. Use all tools available to us. We have the field.
Burner 25, Salt Lake City Tower, runway 17, clear to land, wind 170 at 22, gust 29er.
Drew Simulator Wick, good to see you. Happy Friday, sir. The late crew's showing up already. Bananagram, welcome aboard.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra reaching 11,000, reduce speed to 210, connect approach on 125.7, so long.
25, 27, and 2103 at 11,000. 7 Tango Sierra. Is the frequency 125.7 or 125.27?
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, that's 125.7.
125.7 Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, thanks. Okay, let's get our speed down now to 210. Salt Lake City approach Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra is 11,000 with the field.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City approach. Good afternoon, descend and maintain 900,000.
9,000, 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, 9,000. Okay, 111.5 on the ILS, just getting that all tuned in and ready to go, just so we have it available to us. We still got a ways here before the last waypoint. Excuse me.
Number 352 Tango Victor, Salt Lake approach. Roger,
Dan
standby.
Freeman, good to see you.
Airspace.
Watch my stream on X-Plane 11 config. Still prefer 10. Loaded the PC 12. Blew the engine up immediately. That's how it goes sometimes. Been watching since you said... Oh, I said, but you said your name at the beginning of the stream. Oh, well. Hello again then, Bananagram. It's good to see you. The rotate works in X-Plane 11. There's also the default MD-80, which I know Jeff likes the default, but I haven't flown it. But yeah, I mean the rotate's X-Plane 11 compatible. I don't know how much work they've done with it yet, though. It's definitely there. Zuna, good evening or good morning. Happy whatever day it happens to be there. Good to see you. T-38 for his landing. All right, let's review some speeds. Checklists. Okay. So flaps to takeoff can be 200. And full flaps is 140. Our final approach full flaps is 99. Okay, just keep that in mind. What's my gear speed? I think my gear speed's also 140. I'll see that listed here. List not finished. You don't say. Oh, that's because I didn't check everything off. Right. Go terrain. Make sure we don't kill ourselves here. Microsoft Gamer, good to see you, man. Launchpad flagged and welcome aboard. Flying PMG 747 out of Portland, lost all engines on approach, couldn't figure out how to deploy the RAT. APU wouldn't start up, so I ended up ditching in the river, failing miserably. Any ideas on the procedures? I do not know. The 747, I do not know. I'm surprised with the 747 the RAT didn't deploy automatically.
Salt Lake, join Kilo to the ramp, remain with me. Have a good one.
If you lost all 4 engines, though, like, did you run out of gas? Rotate is tough on frames. Used 2K textures that helped a lot. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you got,
join Kilo to the ramp,
I have an 8 GB video card, and the Rotate is actually one of the better planes for me now on frames. It's definitely not as hard as it used to be.
Number 352 Tango Victor, squawk 1440.
Yeah. Gear speed in the window under my...
Number 717 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 080. Descend and maintain 7,000.
080, 7,000, 7 Tango Sierra. Heading mode. 080. And 7,000. Speed. Down we go. We'll switch this over to localizer 1. And our localizer course is for the ILS. Well, we're going to get cleared for the visual, but we're still going to punch all the ILS and all the localizer stuff in. Just because it's always good to have extra stuff.
Below 5,500 and proceed southbound over I-15. Squawk 6250, departure frequency will be 128.1.
Okay. Cranking her around. There we go. Maybe it was a flame out due to the amount of turbulence. It could have been a flame out, yeah. So you should have put your ignitions.
401 Tango Sierra.
If you're gonna fly through turbulence or weather, you should put your engines over to continuous ignition.
Number 352 Tango Victor.
I don't know what the procedure is on that though for the I don't know what the procedure on that though is for the 747. Okay, Salt Lake Tower is 18.3. Standby. Get our altitude going a little heavier there. Lines towards the mountain.
352 Tango Victor, radar contact, Salt Lake altimeter.
We're going to get a turn here, and it's going to be last minute.
You're going to be in full stop to Salt Lake. Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 140, intercept 17 localizer, report the field in sight.
140 will intercept the 17 localizer, and we have the field Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, roger. Cleared visual approach, runway 17.
Cleared visual approach, runway 17, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. I'll put us right through the localizer. Bring our speed back, though, on 180. 200 knots, so we can bring first notch of flaps out. Still 14 miles out, though.
You're ready to taxi. 401 Tango Sierra, roger. Aztecs is in use at Salt Lake. I need your transponder in altitude mode and Spock in the assigned code, please.
Bring our first notch of flaps out. So even though we're on the visual approach, we're still going to utilize the localizer and the glide slope. So we're capturing the localizer.
401 Tango
Here
Sierra,
comes the
thank you.
glide
Runway
slope, so we'll
17,
go to
taxi
approach
via
mode.
Kilo. Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, contact Salt Lake City Tower 118.3, so long.
18.3, 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see you. Salt Lake Tower, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra is on the visual 17, 11 out.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City Tower, runway 17 cleared to land. The wind 17015, gust 2, correction, 17022, gust 29er.
Good land 17, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Get ourselves lined up here. Our first notch of, we probably didn't need to get our flaps out quite that quickly, but it's alright. Now that we're descending, it'll help us out here. Just leave her on the autopilot, because I'm lazy.
Proceed inbound to Salt Lake and remain clear of Bravo airspace until advised.
Lucy and Jay, good to see you.
We're 352 Tango Victor, roger. You're not clear to the Bravo airspace. You can proceed inbound to Salt Lake City. Remain clear of the Bravo airspace.
And so we're gonna
until
wait till a 5-mile final to bring our speed back to final approach, and get ourselves completely configured here. There's really no reason to. We're gonna treat this more like a GA plane than we are an airliner. Freaking crazy winds though. I hope those winds come down. I really hope those winds come down. Otherwise, it's gonna be a real sporty landing. I'm gonna check out Mr. X's Salt Lake City for the first time. I'm excited to be able to see it in earnest. Checked it out a couple times, but yeah, I haven't really done anything here yet. Explain is a combination of CPU and GPU. Go watch the video I just posted. I did my entire setup for what you're seeing right now. I did that last night, or Wednesday night, and I recorded it. Coming to John Flyland, that's right. The winds have still not dropped. That is maybe a little worrying. Well, we'll see what happens. This is, these winds are probably not accurate. Alright, my aircraft. Bring our speed back. Looking for 140 knots for the last notch of flaps here. I didn't catch what the gear speed was. Bring her down now. 140 last notch of flaps. We're looking for 99 on the approach. This isn't sketchy at all. Nope. Not in the least.
Number 352 Tango Victor cleared into Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 7,500. Contact Salt Lake Tower on 118.3.
300.
Okay, there's our speed that we want.
Salt Lake Tower, Bonanza 401, Tango Sierra, holding short runway 17, run up complete.
Number 401 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake Tower, roger, hold short 17 for landing traffic.
Hold short 17, 401, Tango Sierra.
Freaking crap on this one. Holy crap. Not legit. Not legit at all. 51 knots to 23 knot crosswind.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
In Salt Lake City Tower, November 352, Tango Victor, 6,100 inbound for full stop.
Number 352 Tango Victor, Salt Lake City Tower, good afternoon. Report a 5-mile right base, runway 17.
Report a 5-mile right base, runway 17 to Tango Victor.
Jeez.
Number 401 Tango Sierra, runway 17, line up and wait.
17 line up and wait, 401 Tango Sierra.
I'm full deflection on left rudder right now. Let's get those flaps up. Let's get up here.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, exit left on Kilo 5, join Kilo to the ramp, remain with me. You have a good afternoon.
Kilo 5, Kilo to the ramp. Your frequency, 7 Tango Sierra. We'll talk to you in a few. Well, that was something. I'm full left deflection on the rudder, and I was having to use differential braking to get off
Number
the runway there.
352 Tango Victor, it looks like you're headed to the southeast. Verify entering right base, runway 17.
Taxi lights on. Okay, flaps are up, lights are set. I never turned the landing lights on when we came in there.
Yeah, we're entering a right base for runway 17 to Tango Victor.
Jeez. Ground speed, my PFD was wrong. Oh, okay. So the ground speed...
Report 01 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake Tower, runway 17.
Oh, the winds are reporting incorrect.
Gust 29er, use caution for a Beechcraft maneuvering west of the field inbound.
Runway 17 clear for takeoff.
Oh, you're right. The true is completely wrong, isn't it?
For that traffic.
14, oh yeah, 30 knots. Okay, you're right. Yeah, the true is completely wrong, isn't it? I don't know. Something's buggered up here. Basically taxiing full left rudder. So I should add aileron deflection. That's silly.
Tower 1 Tango Sierra has the traffic on the west side of the field.
Report 01 Tango Sierra, thank you.
Okay, where's Atlantic at? There's the fire station. We'll go to jet. We'll go to the jet center up here. Ugh. God. Oh, is he waiting on me?
November 352 Tango Victor, runway 17, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 17 to Tango Victor.
Make our left here.
Report 01 Tango Sierra, radar contact, say altitude.
5,100, 1 Tango Sierra.
This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The winds are just tossing me. Completely tossing me. Let's turn the controller off. That's not a euphemism. Oh, that's Tyler. Park out here in front of Atlantic, it looks like. I don't know how to park at the T here, so I'm going to assume we're going to turn around and face... Turn around and we will face the executive terminal. You can do it, Betsy! Let's maybe park here. X and Fire was letting me down on these winds, I think. Maybe not, though. I don't know. There we go. Okay. park brake. Holy crap. Taxi recognition lights can come off. And we'll go engine 2, engine 1. Beacon. Leave the nav lights on. We will tell them to bring out the ground power unit. Bring out the ground power unit. Hook that sucker up outside. Open the doors. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake City International Airport. Where the local time? Who cares? Like 6 o'clock. Actually, let's come in here. We'll turn our transponder off. Yeah, this takeoff's going to be real interesting. Really, really, really interesting. So, yeah, that's good. Super brutal winds. It's showing more than just a stiff breeze. Yeah, we're gonna reset X Enviro and see if it picks anything up. So turn it off, then turn it back on, and we'll see what it comes back with. I don't think it's gonna change anything. All right, guys, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna step away for a few minutes. That should be a lot of taxi in an airport where you can't even taxi straight. Well, the thing is there. The winds just corrected themselves. I should have done that coming in here. So the winds are back to what they should be. 170, about 25 or so. I should have turned it on and back off as on my way in, but I'm not that smart. Anyway, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna step away for 5 minutes or so. If you guys are taking off, thank you so much for joining me. If you're sticking around, we will see you in a few minutes. And we will be out for the second flight. Second flight's going to be Salt Lake City up to Aspen. If you would like to come join us, we are on PilotEdge. I'm sure Chase would love the traffic. So we see you guys in a few minutes. Oh, John wants to see the replay. We'll do the replay. Let's disconnect from PilotEdge. Actually, I want to see the replay on that one too. Get rid of those. How do I do replay? Flight. Toggle replay mode. All right. Can't scrub the replay very well. Nope. That's not a great view. See what we got here. Tower view. Totally stable approach. Nothing to see here. No problems whatsoever. Not even a hint of crab. Actually, looks pretty nice coming in there. Uh-huh. Still stable. Stable enough. Still stable. Wow, I should have gone back a little further, apparently. I can hear my graphics card, like... One of these computers keeps winding up the same way that my graphics card is. Okay, so there's my attempt to decrab. I mean, all said and done, obviously X-Plane's ground handling is what it is, and it's kind of poopy, but to go from that to where we ended up, I think we did okay. Little wheel smoke there, no big deal. God, that was ridiculous. Absolutely silly. One more. Completely my fault. Always, always. I know, it does look pretty good.
40, 30, 20, 10,
attempt to decrab. Didn't really work. Put the right wheel down. Do our best to stay on the damn runway. It's all good. That was good. I like it. All right. So we'll do replay mode off. Question is, does that bugger up all my avionics? 'Cause I bet it does. So we're going to also do reload the current aircraft. And so while that's reloading, guys, I will be right back. We'll see you in a few minutes. And if you're taking off, thanks for joining me. All right. Somebody wanted to see my settings. I'm going to show my settings really quick. Here's my graphics settings. I'm running a GTX 1070, i7 4790K. Cool. All right. Big Red Noob, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. All right. Let's connect back to PilotEdge. Stu Dog, good to see you, man. My settings are rated XXX. Paul the Brit, happy Saturday or happy Friday. Happy Saturday for you, I'm guessing. Only 2X. All right. That all kicked on there. Outside view here. Somebody wanted to see flight planning. Here you go. We're gonna do it fast. We'll go to Flight Aware. We'll go to PE Aware. Let's see what 4Flight gives us. 4Flight might give us a good route. Leads 5. Could be one. SLC to ASC. Let's see. The Leads 5 departure out of Salt Lake. Let's take a peek at that real quick. See if we can do that. Holy crap. Turn the radar off. Is that what's going on with my computer? The frames just took a freaking tank. I'm gonna reload the sim because I think the replay did some weird stuff here. So, let's do this. Let's from PilotEdge. Let's reload the sim because this computer's real weird right now, and I have a feeling that replay did something. Get her initialized set up. Explain hates flight planning. Yeah, well, it happens. Okay, SNG, Salt Lake City. Let's pick a custom location down here. Good enough. Local time, weather's good, good, good. Nah, Windows isn't doing anything right now. Oh yes, much better. Okay, so I want to look for departures and the Leads 5. Can I do Leads 5?
Retard.
No, because I won't be able to do 250. I can't do that departure. The Instant 4 is the other one. Instant 4 also has a altitude restriction. Can't do that. Oh, that one goes north anyway. Definitely can't do that. We're not going that way. I mean, that would be the one to do, but we can't meet those speed restrictions, so I don't know if that means that we can't do them or what. Squirrel! Squirrel, man, thank you very much for 3 months of support. Squirrel now gets the Racist C. Cheers, my friend Paul. I'll just click this button so it will go away. That's usually what I do. Cheersing with water now. Thank you very much for 3 months here, Squirrel. Appreciate it. Okay. So I can't do the Leeds 5 departure because I can't handle the speed restrictions. I don't know if that means that I really shouldn't run that departure or what. So let's see. Let's do this. Let's use ForeFlight. So pop you in. Let's see what we got here for departures. Procedure. Departure from SLC. What heads over there? So like the SLC 3 might be the one that we have to do. Over to MTU probably. And let's take a peek at that departure. I already had I had a glass of wine earlier. I had a glass of wine with my dinner. And actually, for the first part of the stream, I finished it off right before I stepped away just a few minutes ago. Okay, this is a vectored departure, but I think this is what I'm going to file. Holy crap. This one gets kind of crazy with the lost comm stuff, but it's just depart heading 160, and then vectors from there. I think that's what I'm going to file, because I can't meet the speed restrictions on the RNAV. And so if we take a peek here, if you go, cool thing about ForeFlight, you go departure, you can see which departures go in which direction you want to head out there. So like the Ensign 4 is probably what we'd want to do. But Squirrel, this is ForeFlight. ForeFlight for the iPad. Only good for the US though. US and Canada, it's $100 a year for a subscription, but this is a real world navigation tool that also works in the sim. So we did Leeds 5, the Ensign 4 to get us over there, or in this case, we're going to file the SLC 3. So SLC 3, and we want to get to I want to get to DBL. It's good there. How do we get to DBL now? Let's put you away. We will pull up the low chart. Actually, we'll pull up the high chart because we're definitely going to be up in the flight levels. There's nothing. Take this over to Meeker, it looks like. Okay, so let's add Meeker to the flight plan. EKR comes before you. So that's what I'm going to try to file and see if I can get away with. Salt Lake City 3 to MTU to Meeker. So Salt Lake City, Mighton, Eaker, and then DBL, and then we'll take the RNAV or the localizer into Aspen. So that's what we'll do. Does it hook into the sim? Yeah, so X-Plane is pushing data out to it. So if I do, let's get rid of the high chart here. So if I zoom into Salt Lake City, what I have is a dot. This dot is where I am on the field. So we're right there. We can confirm that by looking and saying, oh yeah, we are in fact right there. So it's pushing GPS data. It's also pushing heading and ground speed and altitude and all that, so that the bottom section here gets all filled in as well. So it pushes all of the data out there that it needs to push. And yeah, it works pretty damn well. I love ForeFlight. Like I'm a huge fan of this thing. All right, so if you're gonna do a lot of flying in the U.S., highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Let's go file a flight plan. IFR, remember 717 Tango Sierra. Gonna be EA50, slant Lima. We're gonna true up at, we'll say 350. KSLC, KASE. I think we can make it up to, I'm gonna put 25,000 for this route. I think we need to go much higher than that. And SLC3, MTU, Eker, BBL, KASE. File that. They do show the glide path. If you have all the glide stuff configured, so you got to configure your glide ratio, your speed and all that, and it'll give you the best glide. I haven't messed around with that just yet. That's a new feature that's gone in though, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's Paul. It's like, it's incredible. It's so good. And if you go out, let's talk about some other stuff. So I have, you have access to all of your aviation charts. So I can say, all right, show me the VFR sectional. And so we have that. And so now we got instant access to VFR sectional. You can see I've got the weather radar up there. I can turn that off. I can say, instead, show me the flight categories. So I can see green dots, blue dots, pink dots, and all that as we're kind of panning around the map here. You can see the various Bravos, Charlies, and all the airports depicted. And just like in general, it's just a super handy thing to have. I don't really know how it'll do flight conditions. It'll do limited stuff overseas, but it won't give you procedures, and it won't give you any charts or anything for overseas. Like I think there's a worldwide aeronautical chart that it's able to access, but like it's the same stuff you get off of SkyVector. I've flown the PC-12. Love to see you fly the Beast. I flew the PC-12 a lot. Just haven't flown it recently. Until it's actually X-Plane 11 compatible, I probably won't be flying it. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all fired up here. Wait. Ground. Open the door. Got 3 adults. Wow, we burned a lot of fuel. Load up our fuel. Go for about 70% again. Just total guess, total shot in the dark on that one. Nav lights can come on. Let us call up clearance and get out of here. So, clearance delivery at Salt Lake. Clearance delivery is 127.3. Am I on Salt Lake? Or am I connected? No. Of course I'm not. Why would I be? Just rebooted the sim, that's right.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Okay, 27.3. Where is it at? Over here. And we can change this over to night mode. Oh, leave it on day mode. Still bright. It was a little on the dim side for my liking. We'll go over to night mode eventually. SLC to ASE. T. Okay. Turn audio up there. Everything. Check. We filed our flight plan. Confirmed. MTU any. I want to know the name of that VOR. Might VOR. Salt Lake clearance Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra IFR Aspen.
Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City clearance. Clear to the Aspen Airport. Leeds 5 departure, Mighton transition. Then as filed. Climb via set except maintain 10,000. Squawk tree 746. Hold the read back for a minute. Alaska 513. 4.5 from Helzer. Fly heading 130. Maintain 3,000 till established on localizer cleared ILS runway 16 left approach. Number 7 Tango Sierra, go ahead.
Go to Aspen, Leeds 5, Mighton as filed, 10,000 on departure. Or climb via sit except maintain 10, 10,000 on departure. Squawk 3746, and we won't be able to make the speed restrictions on Leeds for 7 Tango Sierra.
November 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, that's no problem. The clearance still stands. You can delete published speeds on the Leeds. Sorry, is it the high speeds or the low speeds you wouldn't be able to comply with? I'm guessing it's the high speed ones.
The high speed's affirmative. We'll be climbing at 170 indicated.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, roger. Delete published speeds.
Okay, delete published speeds. Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra.
Thanks, readback correct.
Well, that explains that. That answers that question. So we are going to do the Leeds departure. Just had to let them know that we weren't going to be able to comply with the speed restriction. So we'll take a look at that real quick. Coming off of this, so coming off of 1.6, we're going to climb to 4,727 feet. Right turn direct to Pig, and then Zeta below 10,000, and then Huck above 12,000. So these are where the speed restrictions come in. There's a 230 knot. There's a 230 knot requirement at Huck, and there's a 250 knot requirement at Murphy. So neither of those we can do. We can make the altitude restrictions, but there's no way in hell we're going to make those speed restrictions. So we let them know. You know, if they're like, that's fine. That would be important if there were a whole bunch of airliners chasing us. You should always display TFRs. I should, but I'm not, because I'm in the sim. I'm in the sim most of the time here. I haven't started using this for any of my real world stuff. So when I do the real world, I'll display the TFRs, but we don't deal with TFRs on PilotEdge, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so let's change up the flight plan here. Delete that. And procedure. Departure. Leeds 5. To Mighton. And that. I think that Leeds 5 goes to Eker, but I'm not even gonna worry about that. One crisis at a time. Okay, so let's get this thing set up. All right, our climb out speed is gonna be 180 knots. Our initial altitude is 10,000 feet. And our squawk code is 3746. We'll set the ground and tower frequencies down here in nav or in COM 2. So ground on this side is 21.9er. Transfer that over. And tower for runway 17 is going to be 18.3. Got that down there. We'll set ourselves over to COM 2. So we tune everything in COM 2 for the ground. We set COM 2 up here. The departure frequency is going to come off the chart. And the chart says Salt Lake City departure is 135.5. Transfer that in. So we're still on COM 2. We're still listening and still transmitting on COM 2. That's important. So speed, altitude, initial heading is 166. And then let's come over here and set the flight plan up. So pull you up, go to flight plan, insert waypoint KSLC. KSLC, insert departure from 17. We're going to take the Leeds 5. We're taking that all the way to MTU. That all looks great. After MTU comes the Eker waypoint. Oops. After that, it's going to be DBL. DBL. And then Aspen. Aspen right there. Okay, so flight plan's in. We'll come down to the sky view and change us over to sky view mode. That'll give us our magenta line. And we're good there. So that's set. That's over there set. Let's pop you out, put you on autopilot. Flight director comes on. We're going to go to vertical speed mode. Set the vertical speed mode for 1500 initially. And then we will be able to go to heading mode. Actually, we'll just go straight to nav mode. We can do nav. Let it do its thing. And good to go there. So autopilot is set. Our sky view, our flight plan, all that stuff is set. Radios are all set up. I think it's time to go. Yeah? All right, let's get out of here. I missed anybody here? 4-Flight Pro is $200. Yeah, I don't have 4-Flight Pro. I have the $100 version. Just the kind of the standard run-of-the-mill normal. I'm not sure what the exact name for it is. I don't have lights on in here. I feel like the lights are on in here and they shouldn't be. No, definitely not. Just bright. Okay, whatever. Flaps are up, throttle's back. Parking brake is set. Gears are up. Our gears down, I should say. Did that twice. Let's go ahead and get them started. Take the chocks away. Close the doors. Let's go. Engine 2. I know, leads 5. I saw that can take you to Eker. Yeah. I'm not even going to worry about it now, though. If I were smart, that's what I would have filed. If he ends up realizing that wants to change me, we'll grab him here when we turn ground up. Hey Stella, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, Alec. Happy Friday. JC Villain 2, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Okie dokie. 2 good engines. Check flight controls. Right rudder, left aileron, right aileron. Pull back, pull forward. Keep the flaps on to takeoff. Let's grab the weather. Salt Lake City weather, 180, 21 gusts, 33. That's closer to what we have this time. 10 mile visibility, few clouds, 8,000, broken 11,000, 21 Celsius, altimeter 2968. 2968. I'll turn him back up. Push the throttle forward a little bit here. Don't know what happened there. Won't question.
Aspen ground says no 679905.
Alaska 513 contacts Seattle Tower. I'll get the frequency for you. I pulled up the wrong one.
I'm going to say that's spot 30 that we're coming up on.
119.90. Number 67995. Aspen, go ahead.
Aspen ground says no 679905. This says the 152, Lake of VFR, departure to the north, and we are ready to taxi.
Let's give him a second.
995, runway, tree.
J10GB, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Jero Dan, welcome aboard. Good to see you.
679905.
Happy Friday, guys.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 513, ILS 16 left.
Take your mic out of your mouth.
Alaska 513, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, clear to land.
16 left, clear to land, Alaska 513.
Bands 1 Tango Sierra, cancellation received, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Salt Lake Grounds, good to see you. Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra is down at Atlantic with the weather.
Navajo 5402 Golf, Salt Lake City Center, squawk 3514 and ident. Number 717 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake Ground. Good to see you, welcome aboard, happy Friday. For reals, runway 17, taxi via Kilo.
17 via Kilo, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Always got time for a good joke. Am I enjoying the KSLC? Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. It's definitely good looking scenery. Value proposition of $25. I don't know, that's up to you. I was given a review copy, so there's always that. But yeah, like Mr. X, I think Mr. X deserves to get paid for the work that he's done, and I hope that this ends up doing fairly well for him. So we're on Kilo. The Kilo all the way down to 17. It'll be a long taxi. Yeah, we'll check the airport out one more time.
Number 02 Golf is radar contact 30 miles southeast of the
We'll check the airport out once we're
VOR.
up in the up here at Hold Short. Actually, as I'm taxiing here, the wind's right on my tail too, so that'll help.
And the quest for the local altimeter begins. I'll get back to you in a bit.
But yeah, I think John's done a bunch of previews of this. If you want to, like, if you really want to see Salt Lake City in earnest, John Fly's got a bunch of stuff on his YouTube channel, maybe even here on Twitch as well. We'll do a quick fly by the terminal while we're taxiing.
02 Golf, the local altimeter 2969.
There you go, Salt Lake City, everybody. Looks pretty good. Not bad. We're going to do a lot more flying. I'll probably fly in here next week as well, too. And I imagine next week will be in an airliner. But, yeah. We'll get there. How's the plane? Oh, this plane's amazing. I love this plane. Yeah, I mean, based on his freeware, and I know he's been working on this thing for a long time, too. I actually didn't know it was even going to be payware until yesterday. Like, I guess John's talked about it, and it's been public knowledge that it was going to be payware, but I didn't realize it was until it had actually gone on sale. But I honestly don't have an issue with that. You know, it's a very well-built airport. There's a lot of stuff on this airport, and yeah, he deserves to get paid. Are we flying at night? Hey, we're gonna fly real time, man. So it's like it'll be nighttime by the time we get out to Aspen. So yeah, we'll get to check out some of X-Plane 11's night lighting. I don't know how I feel about night flying, but it's all good. How was my real world flight? Oh no, I talked about it, but I'll talk about it again. It went well. It was a very quick flight. It was just we were probably in the air maybe 20 to 25 minutes max, but yeah, the flight itself went really well. I really liked the instructor. We clicked pretty well. I flew the plane. I had control of the plane from the moment we left the hangar to the moment we got back, which was pretty cool. We went up, did a few maneuvers, came back, and it was just more of a, hey, how are you? This is, flying an airplane. Ooh, ah. But I'm starting. I have a lesson scheduled tomorrow afternoon. Assuming the weather holds out for me.
Ready to go at 3:30.
So our lesson scheduled tomorrow afternoon that we'll be able to
67995 Aspen Tower.
Start to really shake things down.
Flight.
But yeah, it was good. It was fun.
To the north, please. 995.
Cessna 995, thanks. And are you
Bill Stream's good to see you, man. Casually watching your live stream while I'm fishing on my boat. Holy crap, dude! That sounds like the life right there. I'm not a big fan of fishing, but I think if I were sitting on a boat fishing and watching Twitch, I could probably live with that.
Cessna 995. Okay, good luck. We're counting on you. On course is approved. Runway treat.
Stealth Talon 4. I flew a Cessna 172R. I want to say 172R.
Runway 33, clear for takeoff. I can go down further if you want.
I already have a third-class medical. I've been dealing with this crap for a month and a half now. Trust me.
But
I have
if you're
crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's at this point. All I got to do is get through training.
Departure, you'd want to actually request that, because otherwise the taxi instruction does apply full length. But you can go from present position, that's fine.
Once again, I've already done IACRA. I'm literally at the point where all I have to do is fly.
Have a good night.
To the ramp, Lima Bravo, monitor ground. Good night, Alaska 513.
I have to take my written as well.
Alaska
but
513, just curious, how was the ride on final?
Got months to do that.
Actually, it wasn't.
I made the instructor look really short. Yeah, a little bit.
It sounded like it was going to be. It was not too bad. Little.
Make all the instructors look short,
but a little bumpy, but pretty smooth overall.
Okay, nothing serious on the gains or losses then, because it's gusting. The gust factor is 17, which is higher than usual. Are you seeing those gusts or not really?
I was not seeing those gusts, no. I was expecting them, but never showed up.
Okay, thank you.
They never showed up. Salt Lake Tower, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra is short 17.
Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, Shot Lake Tower, runway 17, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 17, Tango Sierra. That's tough to do.
Let's do it all night. I'm sure the novelty won't wear off.
Not a chance.
Certainly.
Excuse me. Oh man, I love it when Keith is controlling. You get to have a little fun. All right, we got all sorts of runway to work with here. Look at that runway. Looks pretty good. Engines are up, they're stable. Power set. Still green. There's rotation. There's positive. Gear. Okay. I'm at a 4727, then we make a right turn. There we go. Make that right turn. The odd amper on.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, contact departure.
Departure, 7 Tango Sierra, we'll see it. Okay. There's the direct. Set that on nav. Nav is fine. Actually not sure what it's belly aching at right now. Salt Lake City departure, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, 6100 for 10,000, leads 5.
Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City departure, ready contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Level 230, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra. Okay, that'll line us up there. 23,000 feet.
Cessna 995, frequency change approved.
IAS mode, get that thing up to 180. Definitely bumpy. Oh, our flaps are still out. I should have had my flaps in a long time ago. That's why she was climbing so slow, or speeding up so slow. Okay, after takeoff, gears up, lights are out, flaps are in. That's why you do a checklist, I guess. Lights are set. We're good to go.
Chieftain 02 Golf, come.
Zeta is next. We need to be below 10,000 at Zeta. Oh, no, we don't have to deal with any of that, actually. We've been cleared to 23,000, so we can ignore all the altitude restrictions, and the speed restrictions have also been deleted for us. So what I will do is I will set my speed to 200.
Number 02 Golf, you're asking about
cruise
the
climb
field
out here
itself?
at 200 knots.
That is correct. You would treat the tower as being closed for now.
Flappy, flappy, flappy. Good to see you, Keith. Welcome aboard, sir. Happy Friday. Gisu KC, good to see you, man. Erectavirus, good to see you. What was my process for getting the medical certificate? The medical was a bit of work. I have high blood pressure that I'm taking medication for, and when I went to the doctor's office to get my medical, my blood pressure was a lot higher than it should have been. We'll put it that way. But yeah, I had to go through my doctor then to get some tests done, and and whatnot, and the whole thing ended up costing me about $250 or so. But it was about a week and a half long ordeal to get the whole thing squared away. But in the end, it ended up being a lot less of a problem in the end than I thought it was going to be. But it wasn't painless either. Like the medical was probably the hardest part of this whole ordeal so far. Aside from paying for the actual training, but that's another problem in and of itself. It's been so much better and brighter than 10 in my opinion. I don't necessarily like the brightness. I don't like the fact that it looks so washed out. Coming up on some clouds here. We'll probably crank our anti-ice on here in a second. Fourth variation of my gamer tag that I've heard.
Here, would you like direct Mighton?
You bet I would, 7 Tango Sierra.
Too bad, you can't have it. No, I'm just kidding. Turn right direct Mighton.
Turn right direct Mighton, 7 Tango Sierra. You get nothing! Alright, let's keep the, let's go to heading mode real quick. We'll keep that right turn going. Punch in Mighton down here. We'll just keep the right turn going. Coming up on some moisture. Temperature is 6 below. We'll turn the anti-ice on for a little bit while we clear through this stuff. Get ourselves turned toward Mighton here, and then we'll do direct 2 one more time. The first direct 2 was so I could see where Mighton was at, and the second direct 2 is going to be so I can actually fly to Mighton. This has got to be a hell of a ride for the passengers. Not really much to see there. Well, it's a good view. Swole 217, good to see you, man. I did switch to 11. 11. I did a X-Plane 11 setup stream on Wednesday, and now I'm in X-Plane 11. So that's one less thing to worry about. Direct to Mighton, and we'll go to nav mode. Put ourselves on the magenta line there. Everything's looking good, aside from it being a little choppy. I just answered your question. Mogi Q, good to see you, man. TJ, welcome aboard. Perfect technique on the direct there. Good job. I hope that's not sarcasm. I've been yelled at a few times for doing improper direct 2s, so I don't want that to happen anymore.
Number 875 Sierra Whiskey, Seattle clearance. Your voice is overmodulating. You may want to turn down the gain if you can. And say type of aircraft. It just says 320 slant golf. Is that an Airbus 320?
Man, clouds are looking pretty good. Well, maybe not there so much, as we're trying to climb through this stuff.
Yeah,
it's
the
not looking
ICAO
too
code
bad.
is Alpha 320, not just 320. I'll
GI
get that
sucks
corrected
as he
for
might
you,
have
so
to
it's on
change
Quest
his
demo.
pants. Finally, I'm flying the right way. I know, man.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, contact Salt Lake City Center 135.77.
135.77, 7 Tango Sierra. Salt Lake City Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 181, climbing flight level 230.
Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, Salt Lake City Center, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Flight level 250, 7 Tango Sierra. Alright. I think we're going to get above this cloud layer here, but we'll leave the anti-ice on until we punch through. I don't know that we're actually going to have simulated icing here, but
clear to the Portland Airport. Seattle
I'm not going to take my
5 departure.
chances.
Expect radar vectors Buzo. Dennis filed. Maintain 9000. Squawk 5107.
Saw 550 at my local airport yesterday. Volunteer local airport. 13 volunteer at Australia International Aviation College. Cool. Search it up. Have a look at the fleets. Diamond Aircraft. DA 420, 40, 42. DA 62. Nice, man. Yeah, I saw a 550 parked at State College, Pennsylvania, of all places. When I was coming back from the charity stream last November with Max John, and what struck me is how small those planes are. Like, those 550s are not very big at all. 2. Here we go. Oh, I can see we're starting to break through now.
Addons 50, whiskey, read back correct, expect runway 16.
Just about to break through. Oh, X-Enviro is so good. Like, X-Enviro is hands down the best add-on you can buy for X-Plane. I am completely happy with that purchase. Yes, it's a lot of money, without question, but man, it does low vis, and it does weather better than anything else in X-Plane does weather. Scarabus driver, good to see you, man. Thanks, man. Didn't see you pop in here. Welcome aboard, sir. One of the many Australians popping in this afternoon or this evening. All right. Give it another second here, just about out of the moisture. Should be good there. Crank off our anti-ice. Power's good. All the instruments are good. We are good. Is that my picture right there? That might be my picture tonight. Oh, you know what? I think that's my picture tonight. Unless we come up with something better coming into Aspen, that's pretty good.
Surface 786, open 7
It's not too dissimilar from the one we took last time, though. Used to have a EA50 as a regular here at OXD. Neat little planes. Crew was awesome, too. Nice. Gentleman, great sense of humor, perfect phraseology, command instructions, but has fun with words before and after commands. A great guy. Oh, you're talking about Boston John, yeah. I thought you were talking about yourself, and I'm like, well, Keith, that's a little narcissistic, but okay. Pilot Jake, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. In a 1975, happy Friday. Welcome aboard, guys. Blake C, good to see you, man. After purchasing X-Enviro, did I need to obtain different cloud textures? No. I'm using whatever the stock, like whatever comes with X-Enviro is what I'm using. I know there's an HD cloud texture pack for it, but those are not in my possession currently. Picked this up yesterday. Sweet textures in the cockpit. Aerobask marketing guru strikes again. I promise you, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything except for planes from them. I just really like their planes. I should say I like their avionics, and the fact that they made a little biz jet here, a little personal jet, is kind of a bonus because there just aren't a lot of these out there. When will I fly the IXEG 737? Whenever they release the update for it. I'm not going to give it a lot of airtime in its current state because I think it needs a lot of work. Have I ever been at 777 before? No. How do I keep my PC cool during long sim sessions plus live streaming stress in the system? So Pilot Maestro, I have 2 computers. I have one computer that runs my sim, and I have one computer that runs my stream. The sim PC is water cooled. So in all honesty, I have no issues with the water cooling system. It's running, it runs a little bit on the warm side. You can definitely hear it going, but it's not that bad. The streaming PC is running currently at 35% utilization, so it's barely even breaking a sweat. It's still a lot of overhead that I could play with there if I needed to. Now, if I start moving the camera around, then the utilization goes up to 40, 50, 55. But yeah, I mean, I have the 2 PCs, and I have them cooled well. I have the water cooling block for the main rig, and then the other one's just got good ventilation in general. Nick F08, good to see you, man. Comes 25,000. Looks like we're getting a little bit of vertigo here in the cockpit.
Number 67995 Aspen Tower.
And welcome to cruise. Turn our landing lights off.
Number 67995. Roger, report us
I got
through
myself dizzy.
runway 15.
Who's my favorite celebrity controller? I have no idea,
And did you
man.
say you had the weather? I missed it.
No idea. I don't really know enough about individual controllers to be able to comment. Eclipse, is this the one that was recently released? Yes. Draco Lassa, good to see you. This plane came out on Monday or Tuesday. Forget which day. But yeah, this is the new one.
Cessna 995, Roger.
Direct here. Off we go. We got 42 minutes en route. 42 minutes according to the sim. 47 minutes according to ForeFlight. If you don't mind very relaxed phraseology, there's a New York approach controller named the Beast by other controllers. Which sector is he normally in, Keith? Is he the guy who controls around Lincoln Park and like Lincoln Park and Teterboro? Wait till it's summer, heat from the PCs. Oh yeah, dude. When it's summertime, my air conditioner runs like non-stop when I'm streaming or when I'm even simming. Like those two computers put off a lot of heat. Want to join PE? Didn't know if the experience I have with online networks is enough. Total 30 hours in IVAL, mainly doing flights in Spain, communicating in Spanish. Done some flights in other European countries, managed to practice with English, no problem communicating, sometimes struggle with to understand what the controller says. Should I give PE a go? More professional than VATSIM or IVAL? Well, it's more professional for sure. It's a different environment. Well, Keith might be the one who can answer that question for you, but I mean, I would say in your case, since you're unsure and you've done some stuff in the past but you haven't done it in English, I would say hop on VATSIM. You know, try to go into one of the VATSIM FNOs, knowing that VATSIM's usually a bit of a cluster. But give that a shot if you feel like you're comfortable, even if you feel like you're remotely comfortable, then yeah, fire up a PE trial and give it a shot. Or even just fire up the PE trial, go through the training materials, you know, start with the CAT exams and go from there. Like if you have some familiarity with, like, if you're asking this question, you're already more the kind of person that belongs on PE than doesn't. Because if you know enough to say, should I be doing this? Then, like maybe you're more the kind of person that should be. I don't know. Thinking about getting PilotEdge, so you have to give me those cat ratings. You don't have to do the cat ratings, but they're highly recommended. Just so you know, like, just so you have a better idea what's going on. Zachary LA, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, sir. Thank you very much for your support, my friend. Cheers. Appreciate it.
Runway 15. Clear to land, wind 16014.
VATSIM is bigger than IVAL. I don't know. It depends. I don't really care for IVAL because their client software somehow manages to be worse than VATSIM for X-Plane. So the Aerobask jets, the Eclipse, the Epic, and then only have the Panthera. I would like to try a small jet from them as well. Well. So the Aerobask's got 3 jets. They've got the Viper jet, they've got the Epic Victory, and they've got now the Eclipse jet. So they're all 3 very, very, very different planes, but the Victory and the Eclipse are very close to one another, and I would say get the Eclipse. The Epic E1000 is a fantastic turboprop, but it is a turboprop, so that's probably not your style. Highly recommend doing the Cat 10. Never knew about mini routes. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, that Cat 10's crazy. Like, the first time you do the Cat 10 or the old V3, like, the first time you do it, it's kind of nerve-wracking. Especially if you're doing it in a faster plane. I'll have to look it up, Keith. Keeps calling to Salt Falcon the Jetstar. That's wild. Failed it the first time. Well, you're going to fail it. I mean, the fails happen. Bill Stream, our ETA is 36 minutes. "36 minutes till we get there." Will Ortho 4XP scenery used in X-Plane 10 work in X-Plane 11? All I did was pointed my X-Plane custom scenery folder to my old X-Plane 10 custom scenery folder and fired up the sim. So yes, all of the scenery you used in 10 will work in 11, including the Ortho. I appreciate it, Keith.
Airbus 8750 Whiskey, Seattle ground. Did you push on the Bravo already?
Oops, don't do that. Never push onto Bravo.
No 50 Whiskey. Okay, thanks. Runway
Ian
16
is
left,
doing
taxi,
180.
Bravo, Charlie.
I'm doing 350. I'm not sure. Ian, I might catch up to you. I might catch up to you here. I guess we'll see. Yeah, it is a nice flight, Mr. Hoover. I'm still not sold on flying at night, but I'll do it once in a while. I see a bit of jagginess when I turn it up to 4x. You have the hardware for it. So Nader here, when I went through all my configuration stuff, the settings that I have get me about a solid 25 to 30 frames when I'm loaded up in New York City. And so I tuned the entire sim around having a tolerable frame rate around New York, which means that there's going to be a few more jaggies. There's going to be some settings that I could potentially turn up, you know, when we're in cruise sections of flight or when we're in areas that are less densely populated. But like New York and Los Angeles and Boston and those areas with high density, you know, really good sceneries and lots of auto gen, they actually cranked my graphics card to 100%. And brought my sim to a pretty slow grind. So
contact NorCal approach 120.
Yeah, so I'm leaving it at 2x for now. Never knew the jet could hold 223 people. Well, you know, it happens. That's cool. Lighting is pretty good on X-Plane 11, that's for sure. Like, the lighting is good, I just don't like flying at night. The cool thing about this, I don't know if this is coming through in stream, but you can see the lights and whatnot through the clouds, which is kind of a neat little effect here. Like it actually makes you feel like you're really flying over some populated areas. Best failures are your transponder going tits up while flying up in the Bravo crossing over the approach end of an active 737 on approach. Oops. Do I keep my NVIDIA settings and application controlled? Yeah, I haven't touched any of the NVIDIA control panel stuff. So yes, I'll let X-Plane do all of its own whatever. So a way to get real landmarks in Boston. I was surprised to see the populated areas, but were Prue Hancock replaced by brown prisms. Yeah, Mogi Q, if you're in X-Plane, go check out Mr. X's Boston on xplane.org. He's Mr. X. Actually, Mr. X is the guy who modeled the place that we just flew out of, and his Boston scenery is the best. Like, it's really, really, really well done. And the Prue's modeled, the Hancock is modeled, all the major bridges are modeled. Obviously, the whole airport's modeled. Like, it's really, really well done. Is this default graphics? No. You're running X-Enviro for the weather and environment.
Thank you.
There are
the next control
Ortho for XP textures in the bottom. But everything else is, yeah, I guess everything else is sort of stock. Lighting is good. Yeah, X-Plane definitely gets the lighting right. And that's one of those places where I would say that that the physically based rendering does pretty well, is with the reflections and whatnot off the lighting. Dude, all of Mr. X's sceneries are really good. Like, you should have all of his freewares installed for certain. Is the Eclipse like the Phenom 100 or 300? I think the Phenoms are bigger. The Eclipse is a 5 or 6 person jet, so it's much, much, much smaller. You might catch up. I forgot to switch my tanks and ran out of gas on the active tank. What? I thought you were in a Baron. Aren't you in a 2-engine plane? How did you run out of gas in one of your tanks, Ian? Or are you in the Bonanza and filed as the wrong aircraft? This is X-Plane 11, Squeezy. I'm not using reshade. I'm not a big fan of reshade. That looks all right. That might be the best demonstration of physically based rendering in X-Plane 11 I've seen so far. Like, obviously there's some jaggies and whatnot, but that looks pretty okay. Pretty okay. We'll take the panel, we'll put it into night mode. Dim it down a little bit. Going up on MITRE? The MYT or MTU VOR. Now we're heading off to Meeker. We have 28 minutes to go. Oh, you're in a Bonanza. Yeah, so you, Ian, you filed the wrong, you connected as the wrong airplane. But yes, I've dealt with a few times maybe forgetting to switch fuel tanks on a low-winged single-engine piston plane. Been there, done that. Jaxie, it's all right, man. I'm not worried about it. What's a good starting airliner, says Pilot Jake? Gosh, I don't know. Probably the CRJ200. CRJ200 is what I'd start with. New version that's going to come out, though.
786, descend.
I don't know what the compatibility with 11 looks like.
1000. Expect to cross board at 10,000. Oakland altimeter 298.
But the CRJ200 was my starting airliner, and I was very, very happy, very pleased with that plane. You're supposed to dim it down all the way. Ask the fun of not knowing where you're going. Yeah, fair point. Both the Baron and the Bonanza are the Baron's BE58, the Bonanza's BE35. Isn't it? I mean, I'm not going to argue about that. I'll believe you. Well, it seems to have gotten dark now.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, contact Denver Center 133.67.
133.67, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Feels still too bright. Oh, you know what? It's still being lit from the back here. 3367. Denver Center, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 250.
November 352 Tango Victor, Salt Lake City approach, standby. Iberia 7744, sorry, 774, there we go. Denver Center on request, standby.
Piled Eagle to
Denver
Aspen.
717 Tango Sierra, Denver Center, roger. When it rains, it pours.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 Tango Victor, thanks for the decimal precision on the position report, always helpful.
The CRJ version 2 is...
Tango Victor,
there's a CRJ version 2 that's in production right now by Mr. Roland. He's been live streaming over on YouTube the entire development for that thing.
Second.
But there's a version 2 that's coming out at some point for X-Plane 11.
Iberia 774 Heavy, say again.
Don't forget to turn the radios down. Also, the people who run the radio yelling, you're doing it just for fun. That's right. Running out of things to look at.
2 Tango Victor 7014.
Mike Lax, welcome aboard.
Iberia 774.
Oh,
Go
we
ahead,
turned
sir.
off hypoxia. Why don't you increase the climate preservation to make it in the green arc?
Okay, your clearance is on request. Stand by.
Pressurization is... Pressurization's in the green arc. Oh.
November 850 Whiskey.
Pressurization's not in the green
Seattle
arc.
Tower, runway 16, left, clear for takeoff.
I don't know, my cabin air got turned off, it looks like. I did turn off hypoxia effects, though. That's okay.
2 Tango Victors, radar contact.
Everybody's dead.
10
No
miles
big deal.
northwest of the Salt Lake City Airport. You said you were landing Salt Lake, is that right? 2 Tango Victor, Salt
You know, if
Lake.
it's a paid upgrade, almost
altimeter.
certainly will be, yeah.
2968, cleared into the Bravo airspace.
Anyone here have
flight runway
Navigraph?
17.
Would paying a subscription fee be worth it? Yes, I have Navigraph. I have the Navigraph FMS updates.
So
I used to have the
786
charts
cross border
application
and maintain
too, but I don't
10,000.
fly overseas enough to make the charts worthwhile. So I got rid of that. But I do use Navigraph, yeah. Put it now on 5,000, it'll go green. Well, you can't. Like, can you? Oh, you can't actually set the altitude, the rate. I don't know, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not worried about pressurization. Like, that's just not something I've ever cared about in the sim. Like, yes, hypoxia is
Iberia
bad.
774 heavy, cleared to
Blah,
the
blah, blah, blah,
Aspen
but-
Pitkin Airport, Gypsum 5 departure to
like,
Kremling.
a lot of the pressurization
Then
stuff I just found is not reliably
15,000,
simulated in
expect
some of these planes.
16,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with Denver Center 120.47, Squawk Tree 414, hold for
There's
release.
that. KTM guy, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Dan in Vermont says, I thought I was feeling lightheaded. Yeah. I killed all the passengers. Everybody's dead.
Iberia 774 heavy,
That's
rebank correct. How long before you're ready to go?
okay. Matt did the same thing when he was flying this thing the other day. Only he had hypoxia effects on, so his
Iberia
screen,
774 heavy.
his screen was definitely turning black.
Okay, release the departure. Clearance void if not off by 0226. Time now 0216.
Let me grab my Aspen
frequency
weather.
change to advisory approved.
Aspen weather winds 17014. 10-mile visibility, few clouds, 8,000, scattered 12,000, 11 is Celsius, the altimeter is 3007. Perfect. How to Kill Your Passenger, starring catstrator. That's right. Blow out the pressurization system.
Denver 7 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain flight level 240, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Level 240, 2047, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra.
Denver 2 Tango
24,000
Victor,
feet.
contact Tower 118.3.
2047. And we will go to vertical speed mode. We'll just start her down nice and easy.
Navajo 02 Golf, the Great Falls altimeter 2955.
Down we go. Denver Center Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 247, flight level 240.
Denver 717 Tango Sierra, Denver Center, Roger. Cross 30 miles northwest of Red Table, add and maintain, flight level 180.
Cross 30 miles northwest, Red Table, add and maintain flight level 180. Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra. Okay, let's tune in
Retreat
Red
52
Table.
Tango Victor, Salt Lake City Tower, runway 17, clear to land.
13-0.
Wind 170 at 22, gust 35.
And do we have red table?
Navajo 02 Golf, how do you hear Salt Lake City Center?
I don't have a good way of getting DME distance, do I? Well, we could do it this way. I'll just use ForeFlight. I don't have a good way of getting my DME distance from red table. I guess I'll get it. It's on my path, so I don't need to have the DME distance necessarily. But so we're gonna go 24,000 feet down to 18,000 feet. That is 6,000 feet difference. It's gonna take us 18 miles to get down there. The distance between Eaker and red table is 60 miles, which means that we can start down about the time we get to Eaker, because we'll have 30 miles for red table. We got to be at 18,000 feet. It takes 60 miles to get from Meeker to red table, so 18 miles to get down. We'll start down at Meeker, is what we're doing. So 6 more minutes till top of descent for that. All right, punch that in there. 18,000. Good to go. Chicago Duffy, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. 10 Coolivari, good to see you. I'm from Argentina, and I love you. Well, I'm from Boston, and I think you're okay. Dr. Nerd Rage, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, Mr. Nerd Rage. Dr. Nerd Rage is notable because he was the very first subscriber to this channel. I went and checked. Yogi1386, good to see you, man. Welcome here for the first time. What are my thoughts on VR? I think VR and flight simulation. I think VR and flight simulation are going to be awesome together. It's going to take some time for everybody to get to a point where it can be supported. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the possibilities. Looking forward to what's going to come out of it. So I think Laminar is going to have some VR stuff to show off at Sun and Fun this year, which is pretty cool.
Go to 2 Tango Victor. Okay, runway 16 left, cleared to land.
Go to GT and more info. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that, couldn't I? Oops.
It was supposed to be runway 17. I told you twice. Watch out.
Watch out. Yeah, there's red table, so we're 88 miles from red table. I mean, so there's enough on our flight plan here where we can just follow our path and kind of create a little fake point on there. It's no big deal. But yeah, there we go. Red table VOR. That's pretty cool.
Go to 2 Tango Victor, taxi to
Ever played Infinite Flight? I have not.
Sierra, Romeo, Kilo 7, and Kilo.
Yeah, whipping out the math. I'm not very good at the math.
17.
I'm a little fuzzy today anyway. This plane is small but flask. Climb as high as ceiling's 41,000. I know you can go to 41,000, yeah. We went to 35,000 on the flight up to Salt Lake City. It took a while to get there. I don't know if I'd call this plane fast, but it's definitely cool. It's unique. Interesting. Not sure why those clouds are illuminated like that, but whatever. Not much to see out here.
Surf Air 786, change to low frequency 135.65.
Not much to see out here. Sun and Fun is going on right now, yes. I hear I can land at 250 knots. Oh. Wait and see. I have the Vive. Flying in VR is incredible. Whole different feeling. Hard to go back to flat screen. Resolution just isn't there yet. Yep. Definitely needs a bit more optimization. Rough on frames. Anxiously waiting to see what Laminar does with VR and Xpin 11. For sure, man. I think that's why they want to get Vulcan up and running.
786, NorCal approach.
I think that's why they want to get Vulcan, because that'll really help them get some more frames and optimization out of this sim. I did, Jack. I haven't had a chance to look at it though. I'll look at it later tonight. A VR simming stream. That's gonna be. I don't know that VR's. I don't know that VR really works with the streams too well because unless you've got somebody who can read you read you chat and read you questions that are coming in, I don't know if that's. I don't know how well that would work. Plus, people watching you do VR can't necessarily get a sense of what VR is actually like. I think Frugal might have done a VR stream or two back in the day, but it's been a long time. JHNGB, take it easy, man.
401 Tango Sierra, Aspen approach, Squawk 0301 and ident altimeter 3007.
Well, Ian, we're going to be pretty close, but unless you suddenly decide to like go instrument and go mist, I think you're going to be there well before I am. I still got 13 minutes en route. Clouds might be lit up by city lights. Oh yeah, they might have been. Let's see. Yeah, that was probably the case because there's nothing lit up now. There's clouds over here. Not bad. Take it easy, Vision Bite. We'll see you, man. I wish I was with my friends up in Orlando, but I'm here watching you. Well, this is a good enough second place, right? I wish I was doing something fun, but I'm stuck here watching you instead. That's okay. You can get chat browser up in your cockpit with flight side. Oh, that's cool.
0301.
Okay. I think VR and X-Plane would be a lot more expensive. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that, Jack. Like, a headset is pretty expensive. I don't know what you're getting at with that question. The headsets are expensive, and it requires a lot more expensive hardware to run. You got to have a pretty beefy PC to get away with it.
November 1 Tango Sierra is right of contact, 23 miles northwest of the Aspen Airport.
Take it easy, Tail Dragger. We'll see you, man. Simply Bacon, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. First flight out of Oakland seems to be going well. Can't wait for San Jose to be open. Haven't we already had San Jose? I thought that was a couple weeks ago. I'm going to try to get some Oakland time in this week, too. Richard Victory Gaming, welcome aboard. Happy Friday. Good to see you. Hey, Keith, how long are you on the scope tonight? You working the late shift? It's so pretty at night. I know. That's cool. I won't blame people for liking the looks at night. Like it does look neat. It just doesn't come across very well on the stream. Like my stream preview looks almost pitch black right now. It's tough to get all this stuff tuned properly so that I can actually do the night flying. Oh crap, we need to start down. Vertical speed. We'll go ahead and start her down. We got 25 miles now to get down. Yeah, we got plenty of time to get down. And we're going to set the speed to 250. And we'll turn the auto throttle on 250. I like to use the auto throttle in the descent and approach phase on this plane, or with this plane. But for the climb and the cruise, it's basically full power. Give me everything she's got. Just doing 2 hours. Got it.
Surfair 786, descend and maintain 6,000.
Tough thing about night is dark. Yeah, the night stuff is going to be interesting with the Aspen approach. I don't think I've done Aspen at night yet. But it'll be cool because we're going to set this panel over here to terrain once we get a little closer. And get to see it all lit up.
Surfair 786, clear direct NAG-V. It's the intermediate fix on the ILS. Jim's tonight. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Where's the West Coast VATSIM ATC? Is there none on?
I mean, the F&O tonight is over in Boston, so that's probably pulling a lot of people in. It's a crazy line of traffic. Look at that. They're going all the way out there and bringing it back in. That looks like that looks like a bit of a cluster. Man, the East Coast is crazy though. Like flying out of O'Hare or something would have been nice for the F&O. I almost did the VATSIM F&O tonight, but I wanted to do some PilotEdge flying. I haven't been here in a while. Got to get my fix. I have night vision goggles. Yeah, we can do the night vision goggles. There we go. I haven't used them yet in 11. I don't like them.
Surface 76 cross Nagby at about 4,200, cleared ILS runway 28 right approach.
Bill Sims never seen that. I'd say go to their forums and ask for help. Buckle seatbelt. Well, it doesn't matter. We died. That was weird. Oh, the winds are changing. Okay, we're gonna bring our landing lights on.
Number 1030 BDS 774 heavy airborne and 9,200 climbing 15,000.
IPR 774 heavy Denver Center Roger. Do you have a recollection of what the void time was on your IFR clearance?
No, sir.
Okay, all those pretty numbers do actually mean something with the void time. Your clearance was void 6 minutes ago, so it would not be safe to depart IFR from Eagle. So in the future,
Dog fan, welcome aboard.
Please do read back those numbers and do pay attention.
Well, we don't have controller coverage to Telluride, so we're doing Aspen instead. Aspen's going to be pretty epic as well. I think it's going to look pretty cool.
I understand we will be more cautious with the time to give us in the future, and we have identified.
Flying through some clouds, 11 below.
Iberia 774 heavy, thanks. Radar contact, we can be friends again. The Aspen altimeter 3007, climb and maintain 16,000.
He says we can be friends again. Should get Aspen approach here momentarily. Ah! Swall! Keep up the good work, he says. SWL, or S-Wall. Is it S-Wall or Swall? Thank you very much for the support, sir. Cheers. You're too kind. I wasn't expecting the butt flaps. I'm not getting racked, just being told. I want to know how the hell he taxied that 747 out to Eagle. And I want to know what that takeoff was like. Like, did he take off towards the mountains or did he take off away from the mountains? I can actually tell. Oh, man. So the 747 took off towards the mountains. Did that big steeping, like, banking right turn there. I'm pretty sure somebody in the stream here. It's all good, man. We're just having a good laugh.
Bonanza 9092 Tango, Phoenix departure, Squawk 7446 Nida. Negative 7446 for Bonanza 92 Tango.
Definitely got some cloud cover here. That's kind of cool looking. I don't know how well that's coming through, but we're flying through something.
Bonanza 1 Tango Sierra, contact tower 118.85.
What's the difference between a jet engine and a flight attendant?
For heavy,
flight, the jet engine stops whining.
Vectors for the visual approach.
Oh, that's bad, Zachary. That's real bad.
Number 7 Tango Sierra, contact Aspen approach 123.8.
Aspen approach 123.8, 7 Tango Sierra.
At 40 Tango, Sierra
One more
Aspen
check
Tower,
on the
runway
weather.
15, cleared land, wind 16014.
17014, 10 miles, peak clouds 8,000, altimeter 3007. That's what I had written down.
Bonanza 902 Tango is radar contact 2 miles southeast of the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, Phoenix altimeter 2987.
Aspen approach, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra, flight level 180 with the weather.
Number 717 Tango Sierra Aspen approach, thanks, altimeter 3007, expect the visual approach runway 15, descend and maintain 16,000.
16,007, we'll expect the visual 15, Tango Sierra.
Iberia 774 Heavy, not sure if you caught it before, fly heading 190 vectors visual approach
Speed.
into Aspen.
Down we go. Visual approach.
Thank you. Iberia 774 Heavy, reduce speed to 250 and contact Aspen approach 123.8.
This will be interesting. We're going to switch this guy over to
786, contact Oakland Tower 118.3.
terrain mode now, because we're going to need that. Keep ourselves at
Aspen approach,
250 for now.
774 Heavy with you, 16,000.
Surfer 76, Oakland Tower, good evening, runway 28 right, clear.
Curious to what Aspen's field elevation is.
Iberia 774 Heavy, Aspen approach, wind 16014, altimeter 3007, expected visual approach, runway 15.
Field.
Yeah, we gotta say the visual approach, runway 15, we get a 774.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 12,000.
12,007 Tango Sierra. 12,000. Pull up a VFR sectional here while I'm coming in.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, say airspeed.
Airspeed 250, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, thanks. Maintain present speed or greater until reaching 10,000.
250 until 10,000, 7 Tango Sierra. VFR net approach into
wind
Aspen of all places.
At Oakland.
Yeah, this will be fun. I think that's actually Aspen right there. I think that's the field.
Iberia 774 Heavy, turn right heading 250, vectors for spacing into Aspen.
Cross check. Right turn 250 for the spacing, Iberia 774.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, turn right heading 150.
Right 150, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Heading mode 150. Approach Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra has a field.
Bonanza 1 Tango Sierra, taxi to ramp via Alpha, have a good night. Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, thanks so much, clear visual approach runway 15.
Clear for the visual approach runway 15, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra. Okay, I'm going to put you on map mode.
Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra, can you do 160 or better to a 6 or 7 mile final? Will that work, or do you need to slow prior to that?
We can keep about 180 until 5 miles, 7 Tango Sierra.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay.
Iberia 774 Heavy, descend at maintain 12,000.
Here we go, my aircraft.
It's gonna maintain 12,000, Iberia 774.
We're pretty clear over here on a straight end for this runway, so let's get tower ready to go. How is tower? Oh dear. 1885 here. Okay, I'm going to do direct to Aspen so I have a distance marker to Aspen. Direct and tower's 1885. 885, enter. Okay. We got 10 nautical miles to go. Let's get ourselves lined up here. Use every tool available to us to make sure that we don't run into a mountain.
Iberia 774 heavy, amend the altitude, maintain 3000 and turn left heading 170.
We got this. We got this.
3000 now for the area 74.
Okay, flaps. Take
Clip
off.
7 Tango Sierra, thanks for the help. Contact Tower 118.85.
Tower 1885, Clip 7 Tango Sierra. Crap. Thanks for that. The speed dropped. We're definitely high, but that's okay. Aspen Tower, Eclipse 717 Tango Sierra's visual 15, 5.5 out.
Clip 717 Tango Sierra, Aspen Tower, runway 15, cleared land, wind 16014.
Cleared land 15, Eclipse 7 Tango Sierra.
Iberia 774 heavy, the field is at shore 11 o'clock, 14 miles, advise when you have it inside.
May or may not have just put the Eclipse into a forward slip. I don't know that it's terribly happy with this.
Roger.
I don't care what it thinks. We're good now, though. Okay, 2 white, 2 red. Speed's coming back. Gear down. No lights. Now the lights are on.
Iberia 774 heavy, reduce speed to 210 LS.
Gear down 3 green, flaps are land.
Surfair 786, taxi to Ampere Hotel and Delta, monitor ground point 90.
Hotel Delta, monitor ground point 90, Surfair 786.
Iberia 774 heavy, about 30 degrees off course there, not sure what's going on. Turn left heading 140 and you can descend and maintain 2000.
This is kind of nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. Like basically knowing that I'm in a
Iberia 774 heavy, cleared visual approach runway 15.
I don't know. I'm surrounded by mountains. And that kind of may be a little bothersome. Well, I have an indication of 3 green. Well, we're gonna find out what happens here in a second. I thought that I put the gear down.
400, 300, 200. Hotel Surfair 786, we're going to be taking Charlie to the rampage as opposed to Delta.
Surfair 786. Okay, Charlie to the ramp looks fine too.
Roger, see ya.
Have a good day. Iberia 774 heavy, contact tower 118.85.
Okay, just past the taxiway. One up here.
Aspen Tower, Iberia 774 heavy with the only visual 15.
Get our flaps in.
Iberia 774 heavy, Aspen Tower,
I'll take
runway
it.
15, clear to land, wind 16014.
Clear to land, runway 15, Iberia 774.
Clip 7 Tango Sierra, exit left when able to taxi to ramp via Alpha, monitor ground.
Ramp Alpha, monitor ground, Clip 7 Tango Sierra. We'll see it.
See ya. Bonanza 92 Tango, contact Albuquerque, Center 128.45.
Okay. We'll park over here at Atlantic. After takeoff, lights are set, gears, our flaps are up. There's no APU or anything. We'll just, taxi our way on over here. Put ourselves right in front of the FBO in all the lights, so they can see us. They know we're serious. See me rolling, hating. Something about riding dirty or something. I don't know.
Bonanza 9092
White and dirty
Tango,
too, maybe?
Albuquerque Center, right.
Turn him down. And 1, 2. Go off. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to Aspen. That was a cool flight. That was fun. Put the chocks out as soon as the engines actually spool down. Spool! Spool! Guess we don't get chocks today. Hold the parking brake, right? There they go. We made it! Hey! Ah. This is free scenery, yeah. Yeah. This is freeware probably off of the org. Oh, there's somebody right there. Is that the 747 just came in? Oh no, that's a crane. That's not somebody, that's a crane. There you go, here's daytime. It's good little scenery. I mean, I have, you know, surrounded by photo reel and all that stuff too, but this is pretty good for being free. Like most of the freeware stuff for X-Plane's pretty good. Very happy with it. All right. Let's top off the PilotEdge. Actually, I want to... Did I miss the 747? Oh, the 747's already in. I was going to say I wanted to see that 747 land, but not only is he in, but he is definitely shark finning over there. Nope, that's a car. He's shark finning somewhere. Right around here. I don't know. He's way below us. All right, let's go check out the replay. PilotEdge disconnect.
Disconnected.
And toggle replay mode. Thinking we should turn on chocks to close the door. So the replay is not as smooth as it used to be. A little bit of a float there. It's okay, eventually she came down. I won't call that a greaser, but that was not a bad landing by my standards. Got the tower view here. This looks pretty good coming in. And that's what she said. Okay, that actually looked pretty good. Okay, overflared a little bit there, but I will take that. Yeah. Well, that was fun, guys. I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. That was a good time. That was a good time. I really like this plane. I'm okay with X-Plane 11. I'm maybe not completely sold on it just yet, but it did run pretty well and didn't crash on us, so that was always a plus. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Next week, we're definitely going to be back on the usual time on Friday. I will see what I can do about a Monday or Wednesday stream. It depends on some of the stuff I've got going on. I'm trying to see an airplane for a flying club, and that may happen Monday night, so I don't know. But eventually we'll be back. Definitely be back on Friday if I'm not Monday or Wednesday. So guys, thank you again so much for joining me. Have a happy and wonderful weekend, and we will see you again. Toodles.